conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's claws, the birth of Nimrod, and not the son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High.
What you like?
Shalom, brothers and sisters.
Shalom!
Damn, Cass is ready. That's powerful. Thanks for everybody online for joining us. We're located here at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas 77071. Our class times are Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday from 6 to 9 p.m., Saturday morning Shabbat class from 10 to 2, and then we street speak after. And when we have our kids class every Sunday from 2 to 3. All right, so if you're local in the Houston metro area and you'd like to join us, please feel free. If you're in the San Antonio area, we have a school at 4219 Centergate Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78217. If you like their class times and days, please hit us up and we can get you that information. Okay, we have Passover coming up on April the 21st. So please RSVP for that. She's gonna put a link in the description. Please make sure you do that. If you're looking for a garment for Passover, they have removed the link for the RSVP for garments. But we will get the colors out. In case you weren't able to get a garment, we'll get you the colors so you can be in unity that way. Okay? Purim coming up on March the 18th and the 19th. The first location on the 18th will be at Priest Kazakia's house. We wanted an area for the kids, a big play area. He has a nice sized backyard for the kids to play in. So we want to do something for the children. All right, we want to, again, and he said this on Monday. I just want to reiterate, you know, with these high holy days, you got to see how America, man, they gear every one of their holidays towards the kids. They find a way to gear it towards the children so that now, even if you don't want to celebrate, the kids are nagging to celebrate. So, you know, even with our holy days, we want to make sure that we incorporate the children so that they can see their true heritage. All right, so the first location is at Priest Kazakia's house. That's on the 18th. On the 19th, we're going to be here at the school. Again, if you want to join us, hit us up. If you want to congregate, hit us up. I'll get you the number and the email here shortly. All right, Israel will not be taking any garment requests until after the Passover, because sisters are going to be busy with the Passover garments. All right, so if you got a request from Israel Wear that hasn't been fulfilled, that's not going to happen until after the 21st of April. Okay, brothers have an oil business in the First Colony Mall. If you want to support, go ahead and visit us out there, as well as Baybrook Mall. You can check out the kids' classes. Okay, you can check those out. They're previously recorded and uploaded to the ISBHPK Kids channel. You can catch us here live on ISBHPK. On Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. That's here live on YouTube. You can check out our 5 Minutes of Wisdom. All right, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to those channels. Again, Priest Kazakia said it Monday. I'm just going to repeat. The more likes we get, the more views, the more they suggest our videos. So make sure you're liking and sharing the videos, okay? Look out for our ISBHPK cable show, which is every Tuesday at 8:30. All right, it's 8:30 to 9:30. It's live on Comcast It's live on hmstv.org, excuse me, or you can catch it on Comcast Local Channel 17. So if you're local in Houston, it's Comcast Channel 17. If you're anywhere else outside of Houston, as well as in Houston, you can catch it on hmstv.org every Tuesday at 8:30 to 9:30. Okay, and then we obviously we record those, we edit, and then we upload them to our YouTube also. All right, look out for the Blog Talk Radio show. That's via the brother Mashaba out in Albuquerque. Okay, it's blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba, MASHAHBA. I'm having a lot of brain farts, I'm sorry. All right, that's every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at about 9:30 a.m. And I mean, you could actually, you can go to the to that link if you got a podcast player. A lot of I know the iPhone has like a podcast player built in. You can download one for Android, but you can download it's a podcast. You can download it. Every time they upload, it'll pop right into your podcast player. So you can do it that way if you don't want to keep going there every time. All you got to do is just sign up for the link, and then boom, it'll pop into your podcast player. All right, if you need to reach a teacher, you can reach Priest Kazakia at 281-707-2737. All right, you can reach me at 303-557-8979. You can also email us at isbhpk@isbhpk.org. Okay, isbhpk@isbhpk.org. If you'd like to email any other, questions or concerns, any questions that you might have if you don't want to text. But it's easier if you text us. It goes right to us. I gotta make sure I stay on top of checking that email. If you have emailed me and I haven't gotten to it, please just send me a message. Hey, Shalom, I emailed. I'll make sure I get in there and check it. Okay. Donations. You know how we are with the donations, man. We only ask because we need it. We only ask because it helps take some of the burden off the brothers, the core members of the camp. Any books, any pens, papers, anything that you can give. If you want to mail it to the school, you can do that. Any monetary donation, it'll be on the screen as far as the Wells Fargo and the Google Wallet. For those of you that vowed the vow to help the school out, please get those in so we can get school rent, the lights, internet, things like that paid up. Okay, so we're doing our part, man. We're just asking that everyone contribute where you can. That's all it really is. Put your brick in where you can, and if you can't, don't feel bad. It's just like the Passover. If you can't give to the Passover, that don't mean you don't show up. Show up. There will be food in abundance. There'll be enough for everyone. There'll be seats. Show up. Don't be one of those people like, oh, I couldn't give, so I don't show up, or I can't give to the school, so I don't show up to class. Listen, remember, Romans 12:1, present your body a living sacrifice. That's what the Most High wants. He wants that body, that mind. So don't be discouraged. Don't be dismayed, right? Because you can't give monetarily or anything, but give yourself. Present your body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable. Yeah, so that's going to be it for the announcements. Any questions? I know brothers got 1,000 because they've been studying so hard. They be getting in them precepts. I know brothers got thousands of questions, right? I know brothers want to know the angelic secrets, right? What's up? You got a question? Jermaine, what's up? This all good with it. What's up?
Nah. This should be easy. This is actually from my friend Nehemiah. Says Deuteronomy 6:9 says.
Oh, I love it. Ooh, read.
You shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates.
Right.
We place this passage.
So we're at Deuteronomy what?
Deuteronomy 6,
And
verse 9.
So their question is in Deuteronomy 6 and verse 9. Max, get that. Finish up with the question. What were you asking?
We place the passage along with Deuteronomy 6, starting at verse 4 through 9.
Right.
The question is, what do you guys do for this passage?
What do they mean they place it?
He has a picture right here. You want to see?
Oh, they put it on their doorposts?
Yeah, it's like a little, and it looks like it's in an ancient.
Yeah, I mean, bro, you can put it on your door. You can put it on your doorposts, right? But what's more important? Where should it be written?
Your heart.
Check this out. Go to let's go to Deuteronomy 6 real quick, and we're gonna read that because I mean, this is what we start off with. This is the Israelite credo, right? This is what we start off with when we street teach. This is how we start. So read Deuteronomy 6 and verse 4.
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. And thou shalt teach.
It said what?
These words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart.
It should be where?
Thine heart.
See, the passage is telling you where they should be. Now, there's nothing wrong with putting them on your doorposts. There's nothing wrong with that. You got brothers, they got the 10 Commandments in their house written, because it's not just this that you're supposed to put up. Brothers got 10 Commandments. Brothers got the Our Father prayer. Just random scriptures written on their walls. Just like when you go into this back room. What did we let all the kids do? What did y'all do, Naomi?
We painted outlet things.
Right, but what did you do for the outlet? Some of you did what?
Genesis-based things.
Right. You did what?
Genesis-based.
Oh, Genesis-based scriptures.
Okay.
You see that? So there's nothing wrong with putting them on your doorposts, but where does the Most High say He wants them? It tells you right here. Read again.
And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Right?
And
no. Go back up to
verse 4.
5.
Verse 5.
Come. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart,
right?
And with all thy soul.
Come on.
And with all thy might.
Read.
And these words which I command thee this day.
Read.
Shall be in thine heart.
Yeah, they should be in your mind. Because what good are they on the doorpost if I don't remember them? But see, they're on the doorpost. Why? That way when I come in, boom. When I go out, boom, they're there. Reminder, right? Go ahead.
And thou shalt teach them.
And do what?
Teach them.
Right? You shall teach them. See, it wasn't just about the doorpost. It was really about teaching them. Go ahead. I love this because this, read.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Right. You're supposed to teach them diligently to your children. Not just point to them and say, oh, look, remember what we used to learn? Look, they're right there on the doorpost. No, you're supposed to sit your son down. Just how in the world you taught your son how to roll that blunt. Not saying you, Jermaine, but you got brothers that do that. They'll say, hey, son, sit down. Let me teach you about guns. Let me teach you about guns and butter. Right? And you give them some old garbage philosophy. The same way we sit our daughters down and teach them, what a real woman is according to our knowledge. Like, don't pick this type of dude, but get a dude that got money. I remember my uncle sat my cousin down and was like, make sure you get you a white boy because they got good credit. I remember that. I was like, what? And I didn't know the truth then. I was 16. I didn't know no truth. But even that didn't sound right. Move over for me a little bit. I got to see faces. Even that didn't sound right. But that wasn't no real wisdom. He was supposed to be teaching her the scriptures. Go get a man of your tribe. Right? Not go get a white boy because they got good credit. That was the wisdom he gave her. But it said you should teach them diligently. Go ahead.
Unto thy children.
Read.
And shall talk of them when thou sittest in thine house.
Yeah, this is what we're supposed to be talking about. So not just write them on the doorpost and let them collect dust. They get fingerprints all over them when everybody opens the door. No, you're supposed to be talking about this to your kids. This is what they're supposed to be nurtured up in. See, this wasn't just talking about this scripture written. This was talking about the law. The scriptures written on the doorpost. But that doorpost is represented over your mind. Y'all see that? You see that, Jermaine? And again, there's nothing wrong with having them on your doorpost. Unless, I mean, is there a doorpost big enough to contain the whole 600 plus laws? No. You see what I'm saying? So even that, oh, I have them all on one doorpost? No. You were supposed to have them in your brain. Read on.
And when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down,
Go ahead.
And when thou risest up.
Yeah, see, they were supposed to be, think about it. When you lay down, before I lay me down to sleep, I'm supposed to pray to the Most High. Man, somebody hit that heat. Oh, please. 2 degrees. Yeah, get it to 77. I'm cold. Right? You were supposed to, before you lay down, before you let your kids go to sleep, come on, son, come on, daughter. Let's pray. Let's pray to the Most High. Right? Let's read Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd. Let's read Psalms 133. Let's read Psalms 92. These are the things before you lay down. Go ahead. And when thou risest up, right? And when you rose up, what was the first thing you were supposed to do? Not reach for the phone and check Facebook, like some do. But you were supposed to raise up and thank the Most High for getting you out that slumber. What are you, hold on. What's he doing?
No.
You were supposed to raise up and ask the Most High and thank the Most High for waking you up. Because many perish in their sleep. So when you lay down and when you rose up, go ahead.
And thou shalt bind him for a sign upon thy hand.
Right. Now, can you really write all the laws in your hand? No, you can't. You see how it's not just physical? Go ahead.
And they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes.
Right. What it's saying is when you put forth your works and the things you look towards, they were supposed to be in the law. They were supposed to be through the wisdom of the Most High. Get out your mouth. That's what it's saying. Because you can't. Frontlets, you know what a horse, he got frontlets on his eyes? Can you write everything on the whole law on frontlets? No, but that's what it's saying is this is what we were supposed to be looking at to guide us. If you were going to be blinded by anything, you were supposed to be blinded by the law, by the wisdom, by the knowledge. That's what's supposed to be your focus. When they put frontlets on a horse, it's to do what? They put them on racehorses, so what? They can't see the horse next to them and be distracted by him. Okay. All he can see is what's in front. This is what was supposed to keep us not getting distracted by the world. You see that? So it says frontlets on your eyes. Go ahead.
And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house.
Right, and it comes back and says, write them on the posts of your house, because there's nothing wrong with that. But mainly, they were supposed to be in your mind. Go ahead.
And on thy gate.
Right, if you wanted to tag anything or graffiti or any art, write down some scriptures. Read.
And it shall be when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee into the land.
So they go to verse 10, right? Okay. Right, so no, read verse 10.
And it shall be when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee into the land which he swore to thy fathers.
Right, and it shall be when the Lord God shall have brought thee into thy land which he swore to thy fathers. So you're supposed to do it here. In whatever land we were in. These were supposed to be our frontlets, the law, the wisdom. This is what we were supposed to be guided by, not our own vain thoughts, our own vain wisdom or the wisdom of the world. But we're supposed to be guided by the wisdom of the Most High in Christ. Real quick. Go to 2 Corinthians 3:3. We went over this a couple of Sabbaths ago.
God.
What did Mustafa say? Let me see. He said, wow, I didn't even think to look at the spiritual side of these verses. Yeah. Remember, that's what was a problem with Israel when we got when Moses hit us with all this in the law and told us these things, what did we leave out? The spirituality of it. We took it all carnal, like, yeah, I'm going to write it down, I'm going to bind them on my hands. That's why you see them fake Jews. What do they do every Friday, every Shabbat? What do?
Go pray against the wall.
No, they're not pray against the wall. What they'll do is, the rabbi will come, he'll have some box. I guess it's like filled with the law, I don't know. He'll have a phylactery. And what he'll do is, he'll wrap a cord around their head and wrap it around their body all the way down to their arm, thinking like, yeah, they're keeping the law. Hell nah. That's not what that meant. That's not what that meant at all. They're doing it carnal. But guess what they go do right after he leaves? Puffing a cigarette. Oh, where you going? Cigarette break? I'm like, but you just did the whole Hero Israel, the Lord is our one Lord. You just did the whole Deuteronomy 6:4, but then you went and smoked a cigarette? or you asking, man, what you doing for the Shabbat? I'm going to bang 3 girls. I'm like, but it's the Sabbath. What do you... Yeah, I'm not religious. Because they're about that carnal. They're about that show. Read on. Where we at?
2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 3.
Go ahead.
For as much as ye are manifestly declared to be the epistle of Christ,
right,
ministered by us.
We are the epistles of Christ. We are the proof of Christ. Go ahead.
Written not with ink.
Wait, what?
Written not with ink.
Yeah, see, it's not written with ink. But what is it written and where? Read.
But with the Spirit of the living God.
Go ahead.
Not in the tables of stone.
You see that? It wasn't about the tables of stone, but where was it? Read.
But in fleshly tables of the heart.
Right, in the mind. You see that, Jermaine?
Come on.
So, again, not saying that it's wrong for you to, write the law on the post of your house and on your doorpost. Write it on your bedpost. I mean, we wear fringes for the sign, right? So it's not saying that it's wrong, but remember, first and foremost, most importantly, it had to be in your mind. Y'all get that? Con. What else y'all got? Let's see here. Just a lot of comments, right? Should hit the thumbs up. Yeah. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Shalom, can you please give the breakdown of Ephesians 1 and 3 and 4 for understanding? Go to Ephesians chapter 1.
Come. 1 and 3.
Ephesians chapter 1 and verse... Yeah, go ahead, read.
From 1.
Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 3 and verse 4.
Come. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Come on.
Who has blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places.
Right. So it's not Yahushua blessing us with spiritual blessings? Come or lie?
Come.
Aren't you learning patience, long-suffering, charity? Come? Are we not learning these things?
Come.
I guess not. I guess not. I didn't hear enough cons. But that's what it's saying. He's blessing us with spiritual gifts, fruits of the Spirit. Charity, love, peace, joy, long-suffering. These are the things that we're being blessed with. Read on.
Verse 4. According as he had chosen us in him before the foundation of the world.
Right, and we were chosen. It said that we were chosen from the foundation of the world. Get Jeremiah 1 and verse 5. Go ahead.
That we should be holy.
That we should be what?
Holy.
Come on.
And without blame before him in love.
Right, so it's letting us know. Read verse 3.
Verse 3. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who has blessed us in all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Christ.
Right, so again, the spiritual blessings, that's what we should be looking for. That's what Yahushua is showing us. All the long suffering, all the patience that we read about when they brought the woman in adultery, and he didn't just go crazy and stone her. He showed her mercy. forgiveness, patience. These are the things that we're supposed to be picking up. Go ahead.
According as he has chosen us in him.
Go to Jeremiah 1 verse 5.
Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Right, and that's what he's telling us. Before the foundation of the earth, before you were formed in the belly, before you were that little spark in your father's loins. He said he did what?
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Right, before I formed you, I knew you. And I knew what I wanted for you. Hold that. Go to Jeremiah real quick. Go to Jeremiah, I think it's 27. See, go to Jeremiah, hold that. He said read where you at again?
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Right.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee.
Right, you see that? Before we came out the womb, he sanctified us. But then what happened? we were shaped in iniquity. We came into this world. We got a little filthy, but it's showing that we were chosen from birth. We were chosen before you knew it. Go ahead, read on.
And I ordained thee.
And I did what?
I ordained thee.
Yeah, it was an order. He set the order out from the beginning of time. Go ahead.
A prophet unto the nation.
Right, so you ask yourself, why are you sitting here? Brothers, well, you were ordained from the foundation of the world. You ask, sisters ask themselves, man, why am I getting the knowledge? Well, it was ordained from the foundation for you to hear the knowledge. Y'all understand that? I mean, if you need any more on that, let me know. During the Passover, will you have Sabbath day service? If so, where? Yeah, we're gonna have. During the Passover, Sabbath day. The Passover's on the Sunday. Sabbath. Yeah, we'll be having class. We'll be having class. I believe we should be having class at the school. Did we last year? I don't remember. Yeah, I got it. Dave, we'll get back to you on that one. Good question. I got to remember what we're doing. The Sabbath seems so long ago, but it seems so not long ago. It seemed like it was yesterday. We'll let you know what's going on that Saturday. But I think we're going to be doing class, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. What else we got? Anything else? Yeah, Dave, we'll get back to you on that question. Any other questions? Let's get it. Let's go right in. Let's go right into this class. Before I start, hold on, I need this. Listen, man, just another reminder class. Just a class to remind brothers and sisters what we're called for, man, and you know what we don't want to fall into. And you know, I get it. We all came from the world. We all came from the ghettos, the slums, right? We all came from the hood. We all was around killers and all that stuff, right? We was all shaped in iniquity. But it gets to a point where a man has to be a man. A man has to be a man, and a man has to do things that promote wisdom, promotes his family. You got to do certain things, and you know, a lot of brothers, man, a lot of brothers didn't grow up with fathers, so they don't know how to receive information. They don't know how to receive wisdom. They don't know how to receive correction. They don't know how to give it. They don't know how to build, because no one was ever there to say, hey, sit down, son. And if your dad was there, how was he? He was the strong, silent type, right? He was the man that didn't speak much. I know that's how my dad was. I know there's a couple of brothers in here whose dads was like that, if they were around. So in turn, they weren't really around. They were just a guy. You had a male, a grown-up male in the house. But was he feeding you with wisdom? Knowledge? Was he nurturing you? Nah. He was giving you what he thought was nurture. He was giving you what he thought was building. But think about it. If that was the case, why would you have to come back and then get nurtured? Why would you have to come back and get wisdom? Why would you have to come back and be shown? No, bro, don't do it that way. Do it like this. No, sis, don't do that. Do it this way. Why would these things have to be shown and reiterated if your dad taught you the right way? If your mom taught you, if grandma, if auntie, your grand aunt, if they taught us the right way, and I'm putting myself in there too. If I was taught the right way from all the different family members I live with, they tossed me around like a hot potato. 1 minute, this aunt, this grandma. I was with this grandma. I was with this mom. I was with my pops. Jumped over back to grandma. But if I was bounced around, wouldn't you think that I would have like the wisdom of the world? And I mean like all wisdom through the scriptures. Wouldn't that be great to be able to go from family member to family member and get wisdom, nurture, and really just be fortified in this? But who has that? Who's gotten that? Somebody raise their hand and tell me. What brother or sister here got 360-degree, well-rounded wisdom of the Bible from their family? No, right?
Wow.
What's that?
Can I add a comment?
Yeah, of course.
It's like they're giving you advice, but with a cigarette and a beer in their hand.
Yeah. I gotta put my tea down for that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, or the advice is, the way you get your woman in check is to beat her. Slap her up, do this. But the point is this, what I'm trying to get to is, if you didn't get it in the world, then why when you get here and you get the wisdom, why is it that you reject it? Y'all ever ask yourselves that? How come I reject wisdom? Go to Wisdom of Solomon 3. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 3. I want y'all to sit on that question. That's rhetorical. What's that?
Can you repeat the question?
The question is, why is it that when you get wisdom, you reject it? You despise the wisdom. You don't use it. Why is it that if you didn't get taught nothing by family, the homeboys didn't teach you nothing. They just taught you what? Sell drugs, tote guns, get high, have sex with a bunch of women. That's all you was taught. But then when now the wisdom comes to say, no, let's show you how to be a real man. Because a man should be what? Commended according to his wisdom, right? That's what the Bible says. So we're trying to build men up or build males and females into men and women through wisdom. Why is it like, no, I don't want that? Or I know. It's always a I know, but. I know, but. I know, but. There's always a but. How come it can't be a con? You're right. You got to think about that and think about that within yourself and say, damn, am I this person that we're about to talk about? Am I this type of brother? Am I this type of sister? And I'm going to say this, some of y'all are. Some of us are this type of man. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 11, read.
For whoso despises wisdom and nurture.
And what?
And nurture.
Go ahead.
He is miserable.
He is what?
Miserable.
So the Bible is telling us that the man or woman that despises wisdom and nurture, he's what?
Miserable.
Come on.
And their hope is vain.
His hope is vain. Now, somebody look up the word nurture. I want to show y'all something. Another word that when you start defining and you start really looking, it's supposed to trigger something in you to say, wow, I didn't get that as a child. And is that what I'm getting now? And why do I reject it? What you got for nurture?
Care.
Somebody give me the Black Dictionary too.
Care for and encourage the
Let's
growth.
somebody else get it. There's like 50 brothers in here with y'all gotta be quick. What is it?
Care for and encourage the growth or development of
It says to care for or encourage the what?
Growth or development of.
Now, I know some of y'all are gonna be like, well, no, my parents, they nurture me. They care for my development. See, they nurtured me, they grew me. But in what? What were you nurtured up in? Well, I'll tell you what you were nurtured up in, your emotions. That's why you got most of our brothers and sisters, they're emotional as hell. You got a lot of males that are emotional. Very athletic, you can hit that gym, you the killer, you a gangster, but you emotional as hell. You emotional gangsters. You were raised up and nurtured in catering to emotion. You're nurtured in the ways of the world. You're not nurtured up in wisdom and how to solve problems like a man. And how to fight your flesh, how to build things, how to build others in wisdom. You're nurtured up in, if it don't go your way, on to the next. Ain't that how it is out there? If I don't like it, I'm not gonna figure it out. I'm just gonna give up. You're nurtured up in giving up. These are the things that you were nurtured in. Why? Because your family wasn't fighters, your dad wasn't a fighter. He was getting bullied by your mom. Your mom was the boss. You got to see the things that you were nurtured in the world, they have to be replaced by wisdom. But now ask yourself this. I'm hitting y'all a lot of rhetoricals. Who's miserable right now? Some of y'all are. Some of y'all are. Some of y'all are miserable. You're miserable in your skin. You're miserable being here. You're miserable with your day-to-day. Why? Read it from the top.
For whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture.
So wisdom is what is wisdom? I'm going slow because I want y'all to get this. What is wisdom, Abadiah?
Wisdom is the correct application of knowledge.
So that means there's a way to incorrectly apply knowledge, correct? Right. So look at your life. Brothers, sisters, look at your life and say, have I been rolling through with wisdom my 30 plus years, my 24 plus years, my 21 plus years? Have I been rolling in true wisdom? Have I been really getting nurture? What's the definition of nurture?
Care for and encourage the growth or development of.
Right. What type of human being have I been developed into before the truth? Am I the adulterer? Am I the whoremonger, the drunk? Am I the unstable brother that tossed to and fro? Am I the brother that lacks faith and just gives up? Am I the unbalanced brother? What man, what woman have I been nurtured into? That's what you got to ask yourself. Who am I? Read on.
He is miserable.
He is what?
Miserable.
So, are you miserable? Read.
And their hope is vain.
Do you sit on vain hopes? You hope for something, but you know it ain't going to come through. Why? Because you don't have the fortitude to fight for it. You don't have the stability to stick around to see it come to pass. Read.
Their labors unfruitful.
Have you been putting in unfruitful labors? You've been working. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. You're doing it, but has any fruit of your labors, can you see it? Have you been able to get that apple, pluck it off that tree, bite into it? It's juicy. Or are you the tree that bringeth forth no fruit? The one that's been hewn down or waiting to be hewn down and cast into a fire. Read on.
And their labors unfruitful. And their works unprofitable.
And their works unprofitable. Go ahead, read verse 12.
Their wives are foolish.
Wait, what happens to this man that despises wisdom?
Their wives are foolish.
It says their wives are foolish. Go ahead.
And their children wicked.
Right, so what it's showing is that if you despise wisdom and nurture, the correct wisdom and nurture, the things around you ain't going to be nurtured. They're not going to grow. So let me show you what I got for nurture. Nurture, that which nourishes, food, diet, obviously. Major, you can see it. That which promotes growth, education, instruction. To educate, to bring or train up. Again, what have you been trained up in? And it's easy. All you got to do is ask yourself, what am I fighting right now? What demons I got on me? That's it. That's all you got to say is, what am I fighting? What have I been fighting my whole life? Sloth, laziness, lack of care, selfishness. Do I fight these things? That's how you've been trained. You've been trained to be selfish. You've been trained to be lazy. Go to Proverbs 22:6. Hold where you at, Max. Read verse 12.
Their wives are foolish.
Right?
And their children wicked.
Right. So why is this man's children wicked? We're going to explore. Why would a man's children be wicked because of what he does? Well, Proverbs 22 and verse 6 is going to tell us. Read.
Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
Right.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right. So a man that despises wisdom and nurture, how can he train his child up in wisdom and nurture? He can't, right? So what is he training them in?
Failure.
Y'all are both all answering at once. Raise your hand. What you got?
Failure.
He's training them to be a failure. That's first and foremost. But that's a general. What you got? How about that?
Well, if they're wicked, then they're following the example of their parents that aren't using wisdom and training them in that direction. So they're seeing exactly what they're being taught by their parents.
Right, because it might not be necessarily where you're blatantly sitting your son down and rolling the blunt right in front of his eyes. But guess what he's seeing throughout the course of life? He's seeing the lack of wisdom. He's seeing the mistakes that happen through just simply not caring. They're seeing that. The kids see that. It says, train up a child in the way that you shall have him, in the way that he shall go. You got to ask yourself, what way do I want my child to go? Do I want them to be nurtured in the way I was nurtured in the world? Or do I want them to be something better? See, a lot of y'all ain't going to have nothing to give to your kids except for a bad name and debt. Because why? You despise wisdom. You despise nurture. Somebody look up the word despised. Look up the word despise. And read Proverbs 22:6 one more time.
Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Right, so what way should a child go? Well, we just read it in Deuteronomy 6, right? Did we not? Somebody jump there real quick. I didn't have it. But we just read it in Deuteronomy the 6th chapter. Lamar, get that. Deuteronomy 6 and 9. What way should you have your child go? Deuteronomy 6 and verse, not 9, and 7. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Read.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house.
Right. The way you should have your child go is the way of the law. But guess what? How? How does that happen when you, the parent, is like, yeah, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to follow wholeheartedly. I know the law. I know what y'all are saying, but nah, right now I'm just rebellious. I want to be in my rebellion mode. I want to be in my stubborn mode, my stiff neck mode. I want to do what I want to do. I want to sow my royal oats. I want to give myself to the liquor. I want to give in to all my demons that I have. I want to give in to the spirits. What are you going to show your child? You're going to show them how to cater to their wickedness. You're going to show them, yeah, it's not to fight. It's okay to be fleshly. It's okay to be carnal. It's okay to be selfish and not care for your nation. It's okay. Be like the white man. Some of y'all kill me, man. You hate the white man so much, but you act just like him. In your carnality, you act just like the white boys out there that you work with and that you be around. That's what you're going to teach your child. You're not going to show them how to be a king or priest. Some of y'all want to be kings and priests and gods, right?
God.
But who's trying to live like a god?
God.
God?
God.
Who's trying to study like a god?
God.
God?
God.
Who's trying to teach like a god?
God.
These are the things that we're supposed to be looking at. Not how many women I can bed down. Not how many pints I can take to the face. Not how I can be disrespectful to brothers. Not how I can be disrespectful to my husband. You sisters too, man. Your children watch you. They watch you disrespect your husband. So what do? I'm going to disrespect grown-ups. That's what mommy does. She talks out of turn. She gets all emotional and crazy, so I'm going to cry too. They watch. You training them up backwards. You training them up in wickedness. So what are they going to be? It says their children are what? Wicked. Their children are wicked. Where we at? Jump back to Proverbs 22 and verse 6.
Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
Come on.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah, and that's why some of y'all are so hard to break out of your damn habits. That's why some of y'all are so stubborn. It ain't no excuse. You should, man, listen. Y'all sitting there shaking your heads. Y'all should be ashamed. Any brother that just shook his head like, yeah, that's my problem, you should be damn ashamed. Because if the word of the Most High can't take hold and rip them spirits off you, then what is? You should be damn ashamed, man. You shouldn't be sitting here like, God, you're right. That's my issue. Hell nah. The issue is you want to continue to be stubborn. You want to continue to be rebellious. You want to wallow in your mire. That's the issue. The issue ain't the fact that, yeah, you were raised and you stuck to some wickedness. Read on. And it says he will not depart from it. Now, imagine if you were trained up the right way and nurtured the right way. You'd already be a god. Imagine if from birth you were raised and nurtured in the law. You'd be a king. You'd be operating on God status. But how can we operate on peasant status, man? We think that we're gods because of the women and the alcohol and the pride and the lust and the envy and the hate. That don't make you a god. It makes you a child. You a child trying to raise a child, but you a stubborn child. You weren't stubborn when you were being nurtured the wrong way. You was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to take all that. But now when it's, no, let's reverse the course. Let's put the things in there that's going to promote true growth. Let's put things in you, attributes and virtues in brothers and sisters that's going to promote the kingdom. It's like, nah, that kingdom stuff, I can't see it, so I don't want that. It's like y'all want the kingdom, but don't want to do the things to attain the kingdom. You want to do king stuff, but don't want to make the sacrifice to be the king. It costs. It costs a lot. Go to Ephesians 6 and 4. Ephesians 6 and verse 4.
Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 4.
Read.
And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath.
And that's what you're going to be doing. That's what some of you fathers and you soon to be fathers, that's what you're going to end up doing if you yourself don't start taking a hold of the wisdom and nurture that is being given and delivered through the Spirit. Man, your kids are going to hate you. Because you know why? You're going to be like, Bible, 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 Bible. They're going to be looking at you like, nigga, what are you talking about? You still smoking blunts and bagging every chick on the block. You still getting drunk on the sab. You still doing this. You still doing that. You're going to be talking about law, law, law. They're going to be looking at you like, bro, stop. Pray? For what? I don't never see you praying a day in your life. That's what your kids are going to be thinking. Because they're going to be looking at your example and saying, Dad, you're a hypocrite. You know what, Dad? You're a hypocrite. I don't want to be around. Why do you think children pull back, man? But what is that going to promote in them? It's not going to promote them to fight for righteousness. Read on.
But bring them up in the nurture.
In the what?
In the nurture.
See, it says bring them up in the nurture. Go ahead.
And admonition.
Admonition.
Of the Lord.
Right. It says bring them up in the nurture of the Lord. The same nurture that brothers and sisters despise. So it's showing you here that there's more than one nurturing. You got that nurturing of the world, but then you got that nurturing of the Lord. Which what? What does it do? It checks your spirit. It keeps you on point. Right? It pulls them demons off you. It converts you from the old man to the new man. So anyone that was shaking their head like, yeah, see, my problem was I was raised up in the world's nurture and I'm not departing from that. That's a wicked ass thought. You got to be brought up in the nurture of the Lord. The nurture of the Lord is going to change you. Put off the old man and put on the new, that is renewed in the knowledge of Christ. Y'all with me?
Come on.
2 Corinthians 12 and verse 14. The children are wicked because what are you laying up for your child? What are you storing for him? See, America taught you what? Have a bunch of kids, right? Pump out like 15 so you can have you a football team. I'm gonna repeat it. Don't worry. We're gonna repeat it, Major. I'm gonna repeat the scripture. Yeah, I'll repeat it, or he'll repeat it. The world told you have kids, so what? They can just take care of you when you, you know what I'm saying? Have kids, put them in football, and they'll buy you a Cadillac, right? Ain't that what the world taught? But see, the scriptures teach you something different. Now, if you don't have these principles in your head of how you're supposed to be with your children, then you're going to go about things the wrong way. 2 Corinthians 12 and 14.
2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 14. Behold, the third time I am ready to come to you.
Go ahead.
And I will not be burdensome to you.
Come on.
For I seek not yours.
Read.
But you. For the children ought not to lay up for the parents.
You see that? The children ought not lay up for the parents. Read.
But the parents for the children.
I know, you're like, yeah, I got me a little savings account stored up for my child. Yeah, I got a little CD fund stored. Yeah, I got a little bank account in their name. But is that what it's talking about, storing up? Is that what we're supposed to be storing up for our children? What are we supposed to store up for our children? Max. The one that has no kids, Max. What are we supposed to store up?
Wisdom to pass down.
Yeah. Yeah, the wisdom, right? I mean, it told us. It told us in Ephesians 6 and 4, bring them up in nurture and admonition of the Most High. Of the Lord, excuse me. So you're supposed to be storing up wisdom for your children. You're supposed to be getting it so you can do what?
Teach the next man.
So you can teach it. But how you gonna teach the next? How you gonna teach the next man if you can't teach your child at home? Think about it. You want to put brothers in order. You want to reign supreme over brothers. You want to be a supreme teacher. But guess what? You despise wisdom. You can't even teach your child. You can't even get your kids in order. Think about it. You can't even rule your own spirit. How you gonna get men in order, but you can't rule over your own spirit? The only thing that's gonna fix you is what? The wisdom, the nurture. Yes, ma'am.
You didn't. I have the definition for the word despise.
Oh yeah, give me that definition of the word despise.
I have to contend, to scorn, to disdain, to have the lowest opinion of.
Woo.
To abhor.
Damn. Go back to Wisdom of Solomon 3. I'm going to keep hitting this scripture hard. Read.
For whoso despises wisdom.
Yeah. So whoso has a low opinion of biblical wisdom. And that's the problem, man. Why? Because you hold your opinion so high. Like, no, I know. Yeah, no, I did that. But the way I feel, you despise wisdom and you put your thought above what the Most High is telling you to do. But see, this is where, what's the title of the class? This is where punishment comes from, man. This is where those butt whippings come from. The first butt whipping is your children are going to be wicked as hell. That's one. They're going to be wicked. You're going to be looking at them like, damn. I birthed that? Damn. You came from me? That came from me? A little monster? A little gremlin? Well, that's your fault. You didn't teach the gremlin. You didn't teach him when it was time, when it was early. You didn't train him up in the right things at a young age. So whose fault is it? Yeah, that's yours. They ain't like, oh, he had a choice. He had no choice at 2, at 3. You put the wrong choices in his head by your example. Where we at?
Verse 11.
Go back to 2 Corinthians 12:14. So we're understanding why a man or a woman that despises wisdom and nurture, why does it say their children are wicked? We're breaking it down. And it's always going to go back to that man or woman. It's always going to go back to you, grown up, parent, so-called man that calls himself a man, woman that calls herself a woman. It's going to go back to you. Read that one more time.
2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 14. Behold, the third time I am ready to come to you. I will not be burdensome to you, for I seek not yours, but you. For the children ought not to lay up for the parents.
Proverbs 13 and 22. Go ahead.
But the parents for the children.
But the parents for the children. Proverbs 13 verse 22. This is what you're supposed to be laying up.
Proverbs chapter 13 verse 22.
Go ahead.
A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children.
Now, it said to his children's children. Now, is it talking about bank accounts? Is it only talking about monetary? What is it that can be handed down to the children's children? Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the law. That's what's supposed to be handed down. That's what we're supposed to raise our children in. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto you. If you train a man how to fish, guess what he's going to do? He's going to eat forever, right? But if you bring him a fish, he's just going to eat that one time. You train your child in wisdom, he's going to be able to use that for a lifetime. Not just leave him some raggedy bank account with 10 cents. Like, yeah, that's by the time he at 18, that's going to be $1,000. I got one of those bank accounts that it gains half a penny of interest a year. What the hell are you talking about? What's he going to do with that? $1,000 by the time your son turns 18, by the time my son turns 18, ain't nothing. That ain't going to be nothing. So you think I can leave him $1,000? Talking about, yeah, it grows every year, 1% interest. Come on, man, but that's how people think. You're supposed to be handing out this wisdom for him to own banks. For him to be the bank. Forget about a bank account. You're supposed to be giving him wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on how to rule his spirit. How to build a household. How to lead a wife. How to raise his children. What's the point of having kids if they can't raise their kids? You're going to have demonic grandchildren. So now you just spawning off demons. And you're like, man, I never raised them this. Yeah, you did. Because you didn't really raise them. You might not taught them how to roll the blunt. You might not taught them how to pop the bottles. But they saw you drunk every day or every other day. You was drunk on Monday, recovered on Tuesday, drunk back again on Monday or Wednesday. Recovered on Thursday, drunk back again on Friday. They saw this. They saw the way you moved and operated. So what did they say? Well, this is how life is supposed to be. This is what you nurtured them in. If it was, let me toss them in front of the TV. Because some parents do that. Now what's nurturing them? What's nurturing their little sponge brains? Ain't it the TV? Ain't it the faggots they see on the cartoons? Right? The faggots that you let them watch on the Netflix series. Oh yeah, trust me, it's all through it. When you want to sit your kid in front of a TV show, you better be there with him. You better be there with her, spying it out to make sure they're not inseminating homosexuality, drugs, the ways of America into your children's mind. Because you're gonna be like, well, damn, I didn't teach them that. Little Billy wants to put on a dress at 5. Like, wait a minute, why? Well, because there was a tranny on the cartoon that he was watching on Netflix. But guess what? You were too busy doing what? Chasing women, fulfilling your flesh, getting high, getting drunk, to sit back and take care of him, to nurture him, like it said in Ephesians, in the Lord, and admonish him in the Lord. You let TV nurture him. Nah, he's wicked. The scriptures say, where is it at? It says, desire not the multitude of unprofitable children. Ecclesiastes 16:1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 16, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children.
Yeah, what makes a man profitable? Ain't it the Bible? Ain't it the wisdom? Ain't it the nurture of the Lord? Ain't it the iron sharpening iron from brothers?
God.
Ain't it the unity?
God.
But how come brothers run from that? How come sisters, I don't want to talk to that sister, she gonna check my spirit. And you give them the stiff arm. You give them the Heisman Trophy stiff arm. Looking like OJ. Right? I ain't talking to her because she going, I ain't about that life. Brothers is trying to deal with you. Nah, bro. Arm's distance, because y'all a little bit too much for me. Y'all get into that Bible a little bit too heavy. Y'all use a little bit too many scriptures for my liking. I want to go back to church. One scripture for every 3 hours. That's what I'm used to. Y'all too gung-ho with this. This is what makes a man profitable. But if you're not profitable, how is your offspring going to be profitable? You're automatically creating unprofitable children. What else?
Desire neither delight in ungodly sons.
How are your sons going to be godly sitting around watching SpongeBob? How are your sons going to be godly if they watch your ungodly example? How are your daughters going to be godly if they watch you, mom, disrespect your husband, not fight, get weak and just give up? How are they going to be godly, man, if they're watching those weak examples? They're not. They're watching the disrespect. They're watching the abuse. They're watching all these different concepts and thinking, what? This is life. But all you're doing is breeding an ungodly, unprofitable child. And then you got the nerve to have 6 of them. 4 of them, 5 of them. Like, yeah, look at me, I got a whole basketball team. I got the Jackson 5 on my hands. Because all you want to do is what? Pimp out your sons, daughters, right? Throw them on a basketball team so they can get you a house. That's the black man's dream. Like, my son's going to be a tailback, so I can get that Corvette I always wanted. Or I'm going to get that house I always wanted. Your sons and daughters become what? A meal ticket. They become a meal ticket, man. That's what you turn them into. A lotto ticket. Unprofitable and ungodly. Wicked. Read on. Go to Proverbs 13:22.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22.
Read.
A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children.
Yeah, the inheritance of wisdom. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. Isaiah 33:6. Write it down. Read on.
And the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
You see that? It says the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. So if your sons are ungodly, if you training them up like, yeah, just be a nigga in the streets, whatever wealth you thought you was going to have, that's laid up for the man that's teaching his child wisdom and nurture through the Most High in Christ. Y'all see that? It says the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. What shall the just do? A just man is going to live by faith. Are you teaching your children faith, love, peace, charity, unity? Are you teaching them get the bag? Get the bag. That's what you're teaching them? They're going to have a bag with holes in it. Read on.
Verse 23. Much food is in the tillage of the poor.
You see that? It says much food is in the tillage of the poor. Why? Because the Most High is looking out for them, man. But check this out, read.
But there is that is destroyed for want of judgment.
Yeah, see, a man that despised wisdom and nurture, a woman that despised wisdom and nurture, they lack judgment. You lack judgment in the smallest matters. So what's happening? You're destroyed in that lack of judgment. You're destroyed for one. Because you need something, and what do? Instead of relying on the Most High, relying on faith, what you go out and do? I'm going to get it myself. I'm going to go pawn my whole life away. Or you know what? Nah. I'm going to go put my wife on the block real quick so she can get it. I'm going to throw her on the pole because that's quick money. I'm going to be like DJ and Hustle and Flow. I'm going to pimp one and have one dancing. Because I got to get it, dog. That lack of judgment, it says it destroys you. Read on.
Verse 24.
That's it. 1 Timothy 5 and 8. 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8. So we're seeing, how is a man that despises wisdom and nurture? How is his children wicked? Well, we're painting a clear picture right here, I hope. I hope that it's clear. 1 Timothy 5 and 8.
1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. But if any provide not for his own,
right,
and especially for those of his own house.
But how can a man that ain't got wisdom, nurture, how can he provide for those of his house? What do you think? They just got to eat carnal food? Remember, the kingdom of the Most High is not just meat and drink. You got to be able to provide that spiritual bread. But some of y'all is like, nah, bro, I don't like the way it tastes. That spiritual bread, hell nah. Nope, that spiritual meat and drink, I ain't about that at all. Because it don't taste like Whataburger, In-N-Out. I don't want that because that spiritual food and drink, when I chew it, it's nice and sweet. But then what happens?
Bitter in the belly.
Bitter in the belly. And I don't like that bitter feeling. I don't like when the Most High chastise me. I don't like it. Nope. I don't like being told what to do. I'm a grown ass man, dog. Right? We all grown ass men. But look at your grown mistakes. You're going to create grown dummies in your sons and your daughters that's going to be out doing what? Putting you right back in the curse. They're going to make you a curse. They're going to put you right back in the curses. Your sons and your daughters. They're going to put you back in the curses, man. They're going to put you back in tribulation. We got to wake up. Read on.
He had denied the faith.
Wait, he did what?
He had denied the faith.
Yeah, a man that despises, that has a low opinion of wisdom and nurture. He does what?
Denied the faith.
Yeah, you denied the faith, man. You deny the faithfulness of the Most High and of His Word. You got to see it. This is the example that's being set forth. Read on.
And he's worse than an infidel.
Yeah, and he's worse than an infidel. Look up that word. Look up the word infidel. You know when you have a woman and they say you step out on her, you commit infidelity?
Come on.
It says you're worse than an infidel. While he looks that up, go to Proverbs 13 and 1. And I mean, think about it. What are you expecting to happen? But see, again, I'm going to say it again. I know a lot of brothers ain't have father figures. They didn't have positive male role models in their house. A lot of y'all was raised by your mama. I get it. A lot of us, I was raised by women part-time. A lot of aunts and grandmas and moms, but I had males, but still, it didn't change the fact that they didn't hand down nothing to me. But their emotional baggage, their wrong way of doing things, their ill judgment, their messed up ways of achieving, their backbiting, murmuring, hatred, envy, lasciviousness, they handed all those things down to me. What does it say about infidel?
Infidel, an unbeliever.
Hey, what?
An unbeliever.
Read.
With respect to a particular religion.
Yeah. You're worse than an unbeliever. If you can't provide the things necessary for your household, because what is a man supposed to provide for his household? Who knows? What man in here knows?
Protection.
Protection. What else?
Finances.
Finances. What else?
Order.
Order. What else?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh, yeah. Remember, what does it say in Corinthians 11? God, Christ, man, woman, child. So you're supposed to be that spiritual guide, that spiritual protector, that spiritual umbrella for your wife and children. But the only way that umbrella will open up and cover anything is if that umbrella is functioning. What's the hell is the use of an umbrella that don't open? Right? You throw him away and get a new one. That's what you do with him. You know, or you leave him in the umbrella holder and y'all don't touch it, he's broke. That one's broken, don't use that one. You put him back, man. He's useless. What use are you if you can't guide your children? Guide a wife? What use are you? If you can't build a woman, if you can't build a nation, what you gotta ask yourself. It says you're worse than a non-believer. What else?
A disbeliever in something specified or understood.
Right? What else?
Not holding the faith of a given religion.
You don't do what?
Not holding the faith of a given religion.
Yeah, you're not holding the. I said it. You're not holding the faith of the Most High, man. You're not holding your own faith, obviously. What else?
Opposing or
wait, they do what?
Opposing.
They do what?
Opposing.
See, this is where it gets dirty. You start opposing. Not that you don't even want to hold the faith. You start being opposition to the faith. You're opposed to wisdom. Why? Because your vain opinion is the tell-all be-all. You hold your opinion above wisdom. You hold your opinion above the wisdom and the opinion of the Most High. Above sound doctrine. He said, I give you sound doctrine, forsake ye not my law. Does not the Bible say that?
God.
Sound doctrine. How sound is your opinion? How sound is an opinion? It's not really sound, it's an opinion, right? It ain't fact. It ain't law. It ain't doctrine. How sound has your wisdom been throughout life? You gotta ask it. I keep asking these questions. I hope y'all are thinking on them and saying, damn, wait a minute, I made a lot of mistakes in life. A lot of mistakes that could have been avoided. But then when I get the Bible, why am I still making the same exact mistakes? There's a problem there. Well, this is why. You're opposed to wisdom. You despise it. You hate it. What else?
Or traitorous.
You're a what?
Traitorous.
You're a traitor. You're a traitor, man. But who are you trading to? Well, there's only two teams. The Most High team and the wicked. The righteous and the wicked. The worldly and the godly. What team you on? Well, if you traded, that means you went right back in the white man world. You went right back to the white daddy. So he can do what? Puppet you around. Got the token black man here at my job. He can use and abuse you, then what? You complain about it. That's what I don't get. Why complain? You traded back. You double dutching. What else?
Oh, that's it on it.
Where we at?
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 1.
Right. So you reject the nurture. Now you don't have it to give. So you got to understand why your sons would be wicked. Read on.
A wise son heareth his father's instruction.
What shall a wise son do?
Heareth his father's instruction.
Go ahead.
But a scorner.
But a what?
A scorner.
See, but the ones that despise, they do what?
Hear it, not rebuke.
Yeah, you don't want to hear rebuke. Because the whole time you were being rebuked, you were like, nah, I don't want to hear that. Nah. The whole time when it was time for you to take correction, Father, what did you do? Nah, I don't want to hear that. So then you got the audacity now, son, let me sit you down. The Bible says, you're like, nigga, I ain't hearing that. I want to go play video games. I want to go kick it with the homeboys down the block. They're more fun. They're about what they say. They ain't hypocrites. This is a wise son heareth his father's instruction. How wise are you as a son of the Most High? How wise are you to reject the advice, to reject the wisdom? How How much wisdom do you really have? How wise are you? Well, you know, because look at your children. Look at your children, the ones that have it. Oh, I ain't done. It ain't just children. We're dealing with that right now. But look at your children. How do your children operate? Foresee their future. Because I know some of y'all got young children. And it's hard. Oh, it's just a baby. They're just innocent little babies. But I guarantee it, you keep not teaching them, they're going to be little homosexuals. They're going to turn into homosexuals, man. And your daughters are going to be little whores. And I'm saying it like that because it's real. We talked about it Monday. All them brothers from back in the day that did what? They despised wisdom and nurture. And what happened? They popped out a bunch of children. I got my tribe. The Most High blessed me with a whole 12 tribes, right? Half of them locked up, gay, dead, drug dealing, prostitute. They're the children that's in the world. Don't y'all see that?
God.
Because why? Their fathers despised wisdom, so did they. From there, go to Ecclesiastes 8 and 8. So these are the things that a man that despises wisdom and nurture ain't teaching his son, his daughter, his wife. Read.
Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs.
Yeah, your kids ain't gonna see that these things are necessary. They'll be like, man, old people suck. That's what they're gonna think. It's like, no, the wisdom comes from the ancient. The wisdom comes from the old men. But the kids are like, yeah, nah, I got my own wisdom. They're gonna be like Rarebone.
Oh man.
They're gonna be like Rarebone. When it was time to do what? When it was time for him to counsel, what did he do? He was like, yeah, I ain't trying to have the elders, nigga. I want my homeboys to tell me what's up. And what happened? He went with their counsel and was destroyed. He was a wicked child, man. Because no one was sitting there showing him, no, son, do it this way. No, son, do it that way. What did he do? He did the opposite of this. He missed the discourse of the wise. He didn't sit in the multitude of the elders. Read on.
For of them thou shalt learn instruction.
You should do what?
Therefore of them thou shalt learn instruction.
So I'm pulling these scriptures because it should hit you twofold. For those that have sons and daughters, it should hit you. But we're all sons and daughters of the Most High in Christ.
God.
So it should hit you that way. So if you're not narrow-minded, you'll see, okay, yeah. Do I miss the discourse of the wise? Yeah, a lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all like, yeah, nigga, I heard that last week. Well, if you heard it last week and we're telling you again, there gotta be a reason why. You forgot to apply it. Move this way, Jermaine, not Jermaine, Max. Move right into the aisle. I want to see faces. Obviously, if we're telling you the same thing, hey, brother, you should do this. Then we come back a week later, hey, brother, you should do what we told you last week. Hey, didn't we tell you last week and the week before that such and such and such and such? Maybe it should dawn on you and click in your brain that, wait a minute, am I missing the discourse? Am I failing to comprehend the dark parables that brothers is hitting me with? Even though they ain't no dark parables, it be simple ass scriptures like, teach your wife, study, to show thyself approved unto the Most High. Keep your mind focused. Stay diligent. Don't be double-minded. It be simple concepts. We ain't hitting you with Revelations breakdowns trying to teach you. Brother, 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Hebrews 13:16. To do good and to communicate, forget not. It be things like that. And it's like, how come we gotta tell you to communicate every week? I mean, don't something gotta click when you hear the same thing? I know if someone's telling me the same thing 50 million times, I'm gonna be like, okay, what am I missing? Slow down. Let me see if I can get this. Let me put the pieces together. That's what an intelligent man does. But see, you already have your mind programmed on that rebellion. You already have your mind programmed on, I'm gonna be I'm anti-wisdom right now. I'm anti this wisdom because the way I feel and the things that I want, this is not promoting that. The Bible don't promote the way I feel right now. The Bible don't tell me to give up because I want to give up, but the Bible's like, nigga, keep fighting. Wait a minute, keep fighting. Nah, I'm trying to give up right now. The Bible says to keep the faith, but I'm trying to be faithless, B. I don't want to do that. The Bible is saying fight the flesh, but me, I'm trying to give into every indulgence. I want to feel every indulgence. I want the tingly feelings. That's what I want. Y'all gotta understand. You gotta understand what the scriptures are saying. Read on.
For of them thou shalt learn instruction.
Wait, where does the instruction come from? From the wise, from the elderly, from your fathers. Read on.
And how to serve great men with ease.
Right, where you at?
Verse 8.
Read verse 9. Ooh.
Miss not the discourse of the elders.
Come on.
For they also learn of their fathers.
Now, why would it say they also learned of their fathers? Because every man was supposed to learn from a father the right way. But why reject it? Why do you reject your fathers in the flesh? Why do you reject Yahweh Shai, the Father in the Spirit? You got to ask yourself, that rebellious spirit you got on you, that lustful ass spirit, you rejecting all knowledge, man. You rejecting all wisdom. You reject Christ. I know. Some of y'all are like, yeah, nigga, that's not me. I know. Go to Tobit 4:18. Read on. Somebody else get it.
And of them thou shalt learn understanding.
You should learn what?
Understanding.
Right. See, you learn understanding. You get to understand wisdom. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We're at Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 8 and verse 8. You got an Apocrypha? Yeah. Okay, perfect. It says, of them you'll learn understanding, but you know why a lot of y'all are so lost? You don't want to understand. You just want to wallow in your mire like little pigs. You want to just trance around in the mud. You want to be a child in understanding. Some of y'all love being children in understanding, man. You don't want to grow up and man up. You want to tote the man card. Bro, being a male don't make you a man. I'm sorry. You're a grown male. You're a 30-year-old male, 21-year-old male without wisdom. That's what you are. Read on.
And to give answer as need required.
Tobit 4:18.
Tobit chapter 4, verse 18.
Proverbs 15 and 5. Read.
As counsel of all that are wise.
Do what?
As counsel of all that are wise.
Wait, reject the counsel.
As counsel of all that are wise.
When I see a wise man, I'm going to run away because he might tell me something I don't want to hear.
As counsel of all that are wise.
This is what your sons are not going to do. Because why? You don't do it. This is what your daughter is not going to do. You know why? Because when it's time for you wives to lock into your husband and lock into his spirit and lock into the wisdom he's trying to give you, what do? Nah, I want to do it my way. I don't see that. I don't see why we got to do it like that, because the way I was thinking, and because you just start pottying at the mouth, diarrhea of the lips. So what's going to happen? Your daughter is watching. Your nieces are watching. The kids are watching. Your son is watching. He watches you run your lips off at your husband. He watches you go contrary to every little thing that he says. They watch. So now it's, hey, go do the dishes. Why? Why gotta do the dishes? What dishes? Nigga, please. They start talking to you like that, like dishes. Yeah, right. Go mop the floor. Mop the floor. Why I gotta do that, Dad? They start second guessing and being adverse and contrary. Now imagine if you showed a little backbone. Imagine if you manned up for real, and let the wisdom just enter. And you meditated on the wisdom. And then you stood boldly, like a man, and taught your family, taught your sons, taught your daughters. Imagine how much easier life would be. But some of y'all got misery and anguish coming. You in misery right now. It's sad. How can you be miserable with the greatest wisdom in the world? Proverbs 15 and verse 5.
Come. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 5.
Go ahead.
A fool despises his father's instruction.
Yeah, a fool despises his father's instruction, man. Only a fool would do this. Only a man that lacks wisdom will do this. Go ahead.
But he that regardeth reproof is prudent.
Hosea 4 and 6. And then go back to Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 11.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
Read.
My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
Now, where was the knowledge supposed to come from? Was it not supposed to trickle down from our forefathers and their father and their father? It said that they were all taught of their fathers. But now we're destroyed for a lack of wisdom. Destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Why? Because there was a cutoff at the fathers. There were some fathers that was like, nigga, nah, this priest thing, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna go do my own thing. I'm gonna go serve this guy. I'm gonna go serve my woman. I'm gonna go serve my car. I'm gonna go serve the white man. There was a cutoff. So now there's a destruction for the lack of knowledge. Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
But because now you reject and despise wisdom and nurture, go ahead.
I will also reject thee.
I will do what?
I will also reject thee.
Yeah, you think that there's not going to be a rejection coming? You think the Most High ain't going to despise us if we despise His wisdom? Oh yeah, it's coming. Read on.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
You think, oh well, I ain't going to be a priest of the Most High, so I'm just going to be the I'm going to be the janitor. Nah, bro. He said He ordained us as kings and priests. You are ordained for this. So now you ain't going to be a priest. You're nothing to the Most High. We were all ordained kings and priests. So if you ain't a priest of the Most High, what are you? The choir boy, the organ player? What are you? What you going to be? You're no longer a vessel meet for the master's use. You gonna go be a priest in the Catholic Church. You gonna do that. Touch on some boys. You can go do that. Say a couple of Hail Marys, dunk a few people in water. You can. That's the priest you'll be. But the Most High said He don't want you. He ain't dealing with you, man. He ain't dealing with us. Read on.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
Seeing you have done what?
Forgotten the law of God.
Go ahead, read.
I will also forget thy children.
Yeah, now the children gotta suffer. Visiting the iniquity on the children of the fathers to the third and fourth generation. So now the children gotta suffer, man, for your lack, for our lack of being able to receive wisdom, correction, instruction. For our pride, our children gotta suffer. Your daughters gotta suffer. You gotta ask yourself, man, do I want my daughters and children to suffer for my foolishness? Go back to Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 11.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 verse 11.
Read.
For whoso despiseth wisdom.
For whoso what?
Despiseth wisdom.
Yeah, you put your opinion above the Most High's wisdom. Read.
And nurture. He is miserable.
He is what?
He is miserable.
Go ahead.
And their hope is vain.
And is what?
Their hope is vain.
Read on.
Their labors unfruitful.
We're going to read this scripture a lot. I'm going to let it sink in to that hard skull. Read on.
And their works unprofitable.
Come on.
Their wives are foolish.
Their wives are what?
Are foolish.
They're what?
Are foolish.
Yeah, your wife is a fool, man. They're foolish as hell. Or any woman you trying to deal with. Foolish. Why though? Ecclesiastes 23, 26 and verse 3. Why are their wives foolish? Why are their wives wicked? Well, it plains out tell us right here. Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 23.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26 and verse 23.
Read.
A wicked woman.
A what?
A wicked woman.
Go ahead.
Is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Yeah, she's wicked because that's what you deserve. Straight cut to the point. She ain't wicked because you were teaching her and you were trying to change her spirit and she just didn't want to grab onto it. Nah, bro, she's wicked because you are. She's doing what you do. She's the mirror image of you. So now we gotta ask ourselves, wait a minute, how's my wife? Is she foolish? Is she light? Is she wicked? Is she combative? Is she adverse? Is she contentful? Is she mischievous? Is she an adulteress? Is she any of these things? Is she a wicked woman? Well, we're seeing why. Read it again. Somebody else got Ecclesiastes 9:1.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Yeah, it's plain flat out. She's given to you. That's what the Most High gave you. Why? Because when it was time for you to follow wisdom and nurture on how to pick the right wife, you were like, nah, I'm going with my loins on this one. Wisdom? Nah, bro. I'm going with the gut feeling. Oh, baby, I got that feeling. Right? You were like, nah, I'm going with what the liquor tells me. The liquor tells me to pick the first chick in the club and bang her in the bathroom. That's what the drink. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the Henny. Right? You're like, well, the Henny made me do it. But what about wisdom and nurture? What about the wisdom to not bang the first chick you saw in the bathroom and then burn for the rest of your life? And not that burning feeling when you drink a hot cup of tea. I'm talking about that burning feeling when you pee. Yeah, what about that? But then it's like, these women are wicked, huh? But no, bro, you're wicked because you despise wisdom. We told you to stay away from those wicked ass women. What'd you do? You go try to play house with them. We told you to stay away from the drink. What you do? You make the drink, the alcohol, your friend. You let the alcohol spirit ride harder than the wisdom. When we say, hey, brother, how about unity? How about brotherhood? How about, no, I don't want to unify with, I'm going to go unify with the brothers over here. I'm going to go unify with this chick real quick because that's what I want to be a unit with. But then got the nerve to complain and be upset and be hurt. Bro, you did this. We ain't do it. The most, it ain't got the nerve, like, see what the truth, like, see, I was better off without y'all. And, the truth ain't do it. The wisdom was telling you, bro, prove a friend. That's what the Bible says. Not hit it and quit it on the first night. The Bible don't say that. It says prove a friend. Read on.
But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
You know why she's not godly? Because you have no fear of the Lord. You have, the fear is the respect to apply what's being told through the scriptures. Brothers don't fear. It's like more ass whoopings got to be handed out. It's crazy, man. It's like the Most High got to drop lightning from the sky, and like brothers got to be disappeared off the face of the earth for brothers to wake up and sisters to wake up. It's like there's not enough lightning. There's not enough torment, bad dreams, sleepless nights. Like, how many sleepless nights do you need to wake up and say, damn, let me see what brothers got to say about this. Let me see what wisdom brothers can give me. Oh, there's a whole lot. There's a whole lot. Let me go to the, let me not miss the discourse of the brothers that are wise. Why are they wise? Well, because they have experience. Let me see what their experiences say. Well, their experiences say, yeah, don't hit that. Take your time. Give it time. Force not the course of the river. Don't be obsessive towards any. Unjust balance is an abomination. That's what the wisdom says. But you're like, no, I'm going to be a brute beast animal, caveman in my house. I'm going to be obsessive. I'm going to be unbalanced. I'm going to be emotional. I'm not going to use no wisdom that y'all are giving me. I'm going to go off of what I saw, what my Uncle Tommy told me. My pimp uncle. Because I remember that one time, man, she was getting out of order. He punched her in the mouth and she just shut up. I just want her to shut up, huh? So, but why'd you hit her? Because that was going to shut her up? Wait, well, how about taking her to the Bible and shutting her up that way? Go get your Bible works real quick. Wife get out of order, go get your Bible. You'll see how quickly she do. You'll see how quick. Go get your Bible. 4 words. She'll be like, read. Break it down. Read. Break it down. You didn't have to hit her. You didn't have to kick her, punch her, throw her down the steps. But you going off of your wisdom. Where we at?
Ecclesiastes chapter 26 and verse 23.
Go to 9 and 1. Ecclesiastes 9 and 1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 1.
Read.
Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom.
Read. Because some of y'all, man, some of y'all be jealous over your wife. I don't know why. But some brothers do be jealous. Man, where she going? Who she with? What you got going on? Right? But this is the point I want to get to. Read on.
And teach her not an evil lesson against thyself.
You know why she's wicked? You know why a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man? Because you taught her evil lessons. When it was time to go home and study, you were like, no, babe, we're not doing that tonight. Or any night. We're going to the gym. I don't want to work out your spirit. I want to get those abs right. When it was time to humble her down to the scriptures, you're like, yeah, I ain't doing that. I'm going to just cuss you out, yell at you, call you the B word, call you more names, punch you, slap you. I'm not going to correct you through the spirit. I'm going to show you worldly ass ways of correction. I'm going to bring you back to the boyfriend you had 10 years ago. That used to beat you, spit on you, kick you. I'm going to bring you back to that. I'm going to show you that I'm not capable of wielding my sword. When it was time to handle your problems and be a man and be that covering for my wife, what did you do? Yeah, I don't want to deal with that right now. No, video games. Call of Duty, nigga. Call of Duty. Nope. My player points. I need to get my player right. When it was time to build her spirit, you always had something else to do. So now when it's time for her to go into the word and build her own spirit, she's like, no, I don't know how to do that. All I know how to do is go to the gym, talk crap, play video games, be disrespectful. That's all I know what to do. Because why? You taught her an evil lesson. When it was time to show her how to be a mom, show her how to be a wife, because yes, we got to show y'all how to be moms and how to be wives. You know why? Because when you were supposed to be nurtured by your mother in the world, when you were supposed to be nurtured by grandmama, big mama, ain't no more big mamas. Because your grandma is like 40 now, so she's trying to hit the club and go to Victoria's Secret. She's trying to do the things that you're trying to do. That's your grandma. She's trying to hit the club with you. So when she was supposed to be nurturing you on how to be a wife, how to love your husband and your children, she was like, nah, girl, let's go to happy hour. So you didn't learn, so guess what? Now we got to bring you back right into the scriptures. Who can find a virtuous woman? Let's go to Proverbs 31:10, real quick. Not really, I'm just saying. This is what this man was supposed to be doing. Wait a minute, babe. No, whoa. Proverbs 31:10, let's read down. Let's read what your functions are. You never gave her function, so guess what? She just operates like her own entity. And now you can't control her. You're like, damn. I'm like, this what you got? This what you wanted? This is what I got, huh? Well, because the whole time when it was like, no, I study. No, brother, choose the right one. No, brother, don't move too fast. You were like, yeah, nigga, I ain't hearing that. All I know is this. I'm burning and I can't hold it. That's all I know. All I know is that my loins are aching. And I'm not man enough to contain myself. So I'm going to just go take it out on any woman I see. But now you got a problem on your hands. Now you got a whole, instead of having the law on the bedpost, you got women's names on your bedpost. You got notches in your belt. Because why? You mishandle scriptures? Well, the Bible says I can do. They're already whores. Okay, don't keep making them whores. Don't be a whoremonger. Don't gather the whores to you. You try to justify through the scriptures, and what happens? You put your opinion over the wisdom. And what happens? Misery, heartache. Misery and heartache, man. We're going to get there. Read on.
And teach her not an evil lesson against thyself.
Yeah, man, that evil lesson. You teach her. You teach her how to be neglectful in the spirit. Guess what she's going to do? After a while, she's going to neglect you. After a while, she's not going to be spiritual enough to understand that God, Christ, man, women, children. She's going to neglect the children because you showed her that it wasn't important. You didn't show her the importance of setting things in order, setting your house aright. You didn't show her those things. So now, what does she do? Well, my job's more important. I got to be at work, bro. Well, baby, you going to come home and, because you know the kids, they ain't seen you in like 24 hours. You work like a miraculous 24-hour shift. So, you know, the kids, they want to see you. They need to be taught. They need to be fed. I'm hungry. I need some companionship. Nah, nigga, I gotta go to work, bro. That's more important. All that other stuff you talking about, wife, nah. Mother, hell nah. What? That ain't my kids. No. Instead of teaching her how to be a wife and a mother, you talking about carnal things. Instead of trying to build these women into a wife, you just hitting it and quitting it and then calling them wicked. But why do you think every woman you get, they wicked before you even hit it? You know why? Because that's what you attract. A wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man. You want to be a whoremonger and run around and not follow wisdom and despise it and hate it? Guess what you're going to get for your whole life? Wicked ass women. Wicked little whores. That's what you're going to get. I didn't say it. That's what the Bible says. So, if you don't want that, change. Do something different. Right? Break the cycle. Don't be insane doing the same thing trying to get a different result. Change your method. Apply the wisdom. Where you at?
Verse 1. That was the end of verse 1.
Go to 1 Timothy 3 and verse 1.
1 Timothy chapter 3.
No, actually, go to Peter's. 1 Peter 3 and verse 7.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge.
Yeah, listen, you got to dwell with her according to the knowledge of the Most High. But what do? I'm going to dwell with her according to what I know, what I brought in from the world. I'm going to dwell with her according to the way I feel. But what happens when you do that? Read on.
Giving honor unto the wife.
Right? And that's what we show. Do we? Or is anybody teaching, oh, your wife is a doormat, she's garbage, she ain't nothing? No, you're supposed to honor your wife. How do you show honor to your woman? You're supposed to be there to teach her. You're supposed to be there to build her. You're supposed to sit there and miss not the discourse of the wise. You're supposed to acquaint yourself with the sayings of the Bible, the advice, the experiences that brothers got. Come on, man. Some of y'all haven't even been with a woman more than 1 year. You barely got 1 year under your belt, and you think you missed a relationship guru. Like, no, I know what I'm doing with these chicks. Nah, I got it. I'm good. Nah, I'm just talking about their panties. You got brothers that got, if you accumulate just me, Kazak, and Dahawam alone, you got like 50 years of relationship. Come on. Why would you not come and say, listen, what about this? Because I just don't get it. And we'd be like, oh yeah, I went through that in my second year. I'm almost on year 17 if y'all didn't know that. Kazak is on 15. Dahawam's on 11, 12. Come on, man. You got to see it. Even you women, what do y'all do? Instead of going to the sisters that been with their husbands, that have been taught how to love their husbands and love their children, you're like, yeah, Big Mama told me. Well, Big Mama and them said, just put them in front of the TV. Big Mama and said, just random crap. Well, my auntie and them, your auntie and them, they nurture you. Your auntie and them didn't raise you in the Lord. So all the mistakes that your auntie and them told you, and Big Mama and them, and Aunt Juju and Aunt Dawn and all them people, all the stuff they taught you, guess what? It's trash. And if you're implementing that in your house is going to be trash. It's going to be garbage. It ain't going to be built. It's going to fall. Where we at?
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7.
Go ahead.
Precept.
Read on.
As unto the weaker vessel.
Wait, because what is your wife?
The weaker vessel.
Yeah, but some of y'all, it's sad, your wife is the stronger vessel. She's more diligent than some brothers. It's sad. Why? She's listening. She's applying. It's sad, man. She's more stronger because she's giving heed to the wisdom. But even that's wrong. She ain't supposed to be usurping your authority. Now she's sitting there doing what? Nigga, I will teach you. Get your Bible. She She's telling you to get your scriptures to check your spirit. That's off. She's more on point than you. That don't make sense, man. Go ahead.
And as being heirs together of the grace of life.
Come on.
That your prayers.
That your what?
That your prayers.
That your what?
That your prayers be not hindered.
You know why your prayers ain't hindered? You know why your prayers aren't getting hindered? No. You know why your prayers aren't even getting hindered? Y'all don't even pray with y'all ribs. Y'all don't even take the time out to pray with y'all ribs. So there ain't nothing to hinder. They're not even going up to the Most High. He's like, well, I would have gave him that, but guess what? They had asked. You ain't even taking the time off the damn video game to pray with your rib. You ain't putting on the bottle fast enough or long enough to say, let's set up a prayer. You ain't getting out your damn emotions long enough to say, look, you know what, sis? You know what? The rib of my bosom, sister in Israel, let's pray together. Let's bring some unity into the house. You ain't even doing that. Why? You're so caught up in your feelings. You're so caught up in the lack of faith you have. You're so caught up in your day-to-day. Ain't nothing gonna be hindered because you ain't sending them up. Your wife prays more than you. Why is she more stronger? Shouldn't happen. We supposed to be as men that strength.
Con.
Go to James 4:1.
Con.
So you don't pray with your wife, right? Because you're not taking the time out to teach her, because you rejected wisdom, knowledge, understanding, counsel, common sense. Some brothers be acting like they got all the common, like that's common sense. That's common sense. It's common sense not to sleep with whores. That's common sense. It's common sense not to get drunk off your ass all the time or any time and just be inebriated. That's common sense. But common sense ain't common. It's common sense to fight in faith. That's common. It's common knowledge through the Bible. But brother, that's common sense. What common sense you using? You using the world's common sense? Because the world common sense tells you when you're having a hard time, blow your damn brains out. Oh, you having a hard time? Go sell drugs. You having a hard time? Go put on a pole. You having a hard time? You can't? Go beat her. You having a hard time? Go get cigarettes for 10 years. That's what common sense of the world tells you. Like, damn, my dad went and got cigarettes 15 years ago. I ain't never seen them since. Because common sense is what they're running off of, the world's common sense. Let's get down to the brass tacks of the Bible and apply that common knowledge. But you reject it. So it ain't even common in you. It's not common in you, around you, about you. It's not common. So what happens is you don't know how to communicate with your wife. A man that despises wisdom, go back to Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 12, excuse me. I want to show you why their wives are wicked. You might as well hold this scripture because we're going to be going back to this scripture a lot. Go ahead.
For whoso despises wisdom.
Read verse 12.
Their wives are foolish.
You know why your wife is a fool and wicked? Because you don't know how to communicate with her. You don't know how to communicate common sense ideas to her. And guess what? She don't know how to do. She don't know how to receive them. She don't know how to reciprocate things back. Go to James 4 and verse 1.
Come.
Read.
James chapter 4, verse 1.
Come on.
From whence come wars and fightings among you?
You know where they come from? That garbage thought process, that garbage logic, that garbage communication. That's where the wars and fighting come. The lack of humility, the puffed upness of pride. Read on.
Come they not hence, even of your lust.
They come from what?
Come they not hence, even of your lust.
Yeah, they come from that lust that you don't fight. They come from that lust, and then what happens? You teach that evil lesson to your wife. Now she's floating around in lustfulness. But what does it cause? It causes wars and fighting. Lust only begets lust, which begets sin, which begets fighting and mistrust and all these other different sins and carnalities. Go ahead.
That war in your members.
Read on.
Verse 2. Ye lust and have not.
Yeah. Some of y'all, man, y'all be, it's sad. You'll lust after things with your wife. Just carnal things. It be carnal. You don't talk about nothing of substance with your wife. It's carnal. Like, yeah, we're gonna get our taxes, and then we just gonna spend it on liquor, bro. But we're gonna get our taxes, and we just gonna drown ourselves in Whataburger. What the hell are you talking about? That's all you got to say to your wife, or just retarded memes on your phone, or dumb Facebook posts? You lusting after everything you see. It says you lust for what? Stay with me.
Ye lust and have not.
You lust and you have not. Read.
Ye kill and desire to have.
That's the thing. You'll kill for your desires, man. You two together will kill for the desires, the lustful things. How come ain't nobody killing for the spirit? How come y'all ain't killing each other to pray with the kids first? Ain't nobody doing that. Well, you'll fight over money. You'll kill yourselves over jobs. You'll fight over carnal things. I'm talking about a husband and wife. And there's a point I'm getting to. Read.
And cannot obtain. Ye fight in war. Yet ye have not.
Because that's all it is in this household. A man that despises wisdom and nurture, all he's doing is fighting and warring. He's fighting with himself. Then he's fighting with his wife. He's fighting with his kids, provoking them to wrath. Making his wife more disgruntled. Read.
Because ye ask not.
It says you have not because you ask not. Remember when we read, it said that your prayers will be hindered? Yeah, y'all don't even ask. Y'all don't even pray to the Most High, man. Read on.
Ye ask and receive not.
You see that? And then even when you do ask, you set up, hey, babe, let's pray for the new car. I was like, bro, stop. New car? You're supposed to be praying for a whole new spirit. You're supposed to be praying to receive wisdom and nurture. You're supposed to be sitting back and praying that your wife can study by herself. That you're supposed to be praying for the spirit of study. New car. Pray that my tax return is better than last year. Come on, man. Read on.
Because ye ask amiss.
Yeah, you asking for the wrong thing. You're supposed to be asking for unity in your house. You're supposed to be asking to be the guide in your home. Read.
That ye may consume it upon your lust.
And that's all it's about. When it boils down, it's all about y'all's lust. Go to Galatians 5:15. Galatians 5:15.
Gone.
So how do they communicate? This is how they communicate. Read.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 15. But if ye bite and devour.
Wait, what does he do?
But if ye bite and devour.
Yeah, a man that despises wisdom and nurture lacks wisdom. And his wife is wicked. So what do they do to each other?
If ye bite and devour one another.
Yeah, you bite and devour one another. Every minute it's an argument. And then what happens? Oh, we've argued so much. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not trying to hear this nigga. Blocked. I'm blocking him. Yeah. I'm blocking him. Like, what the hell? You blocking? Like, yeah, I'm blocking him from everything because I'm not trying to hear him right now. I'm not trying to hear the wisdom that he's trying to give me if he is coming with wisdom. Because I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time to be corrected by my husband. Because why? Your husband ain't got time to be corrected by brothers. He don't got time to be admonished of the Lord. You taught her an evil lesson. You taught her how to communicate with the block button. Just block everything out. Block it all. How do you even... Man, I don't even want to ask. How do I block on my phone? Because somebody show me. Trying to figure it out. I would die. How you do? We got the same phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how can I block? But guess what? But guess what? Is that the spirit of wisdom? To block someone out? No. To block your husband? To block your wife? To teach your wife? Yeah, just block them. Just block. Don't deal with it with wisdom. Don't communicate. don't use wisdom, knowledge, understanding, don't use the Bible, just block them. Where did it ever say that Christ just blocked the apostles? Where did he ever just block the Pharisees? Where did he block the multitude? He let them play themselves. That's what he did. He let everybody play their part. They blocked themselves, nigga. You blocked yourself with your stupidity. Where did Christ just go? Ah, nigga, I ain't not blocked. Talk to the hand. When did he ever do that? But see, a man that despises wisdom and nurture, that's what he teaches. He teaches these evil lessons to his wife. Just block everything. If you don't like it, block it. But then what does she do? When she don't like what's coming out of his mouth, she blocks him. Oh yeah. Go to James 3:13. Y'all looking at me in a weird way. That's all I'm saying.
Sir, you want me to drop this?
Where you at?
Second precept.
Go read Galatians 5:15. Somebody else get James 3:13.
Take heed that ye be not consumed one of another.
Read from the top.
But as ye bite and devour one another.
Because this is what happens when there's no wisdom in the house. You're going to bite and devour one another, and guess who's watching? Guess who's looking? The precious little baby. Oh, they're so cute. And then you wonder, like, they're 3 years old and they're just damn tyrants. They arguing and yelling and screaming and acting out. Like, man, where'd they get that from? They must have got it from grandma. Bruh, they didn't get that from no damn grandma. They got that from you. Because all you did was argue, yell, scream, be a lion in your own house, no balance, no humility, no judgment. All you did was just run through the house like a tornado whenever you got mad. Rah! And then you wonder why your son, your daughter, as soon as you raise your voice, she clams up in the corner like, no! Because she's scared as hell. And your sons are just little tyrants. They just run around like little brutes. What does the scripture say? Like monsters. Right? Go to James. Oh, read on.
Take heed that ye be not consumed.
Yeah, you better watch out. Y'all gonna consume each other. You better watch out. What happens what is it saying? When you bite and devour, man, what happens at the end of this situation? Cops get called, somebody get locked up, domestic violence. You consume one another, man. But a man that's rolling with no wisdom, guess what he's not doing? A man that despises wisdom and nurture, a woman that despises wisdom and nurture, they're not foreseeing the evil. They're not understanding, oh, a soft answer turn away wrath. They're not applying Bible. They're like, nah, nigga, I'm about to yell back and forth. They're not understanding Peter's where it says, render not evil for evil, railing for railing. They're like, well, she raised her voice like me, I'm going to raise my voice even higher. Then the kid is in the middle like just crying on the floor like this. Y'all have seen it. Some of y'all are a product of that. It's sad. Some of y'all are a product of that environment. Mom and dad is yelling right in front of you, and you're just sitting in the couch panicking, losing your mind. The TV is just on blast, and you're just like, ooh, and your brain, as a 5-year-old child, wants to explode. You don't know what to do. Some of y'all are a product of that. Why would you make your child? Why would you repeat that cycle? You got to see it. Go to James 3:13.
James chapter 3 verse 13. Who is a wise man and endued with knowledge?
Right. This is a question. Who's wise, man? Which one of y'all are well endowed? Not in the pants, but with knowledge. Some of y'all worry more about your endowment in the genes than you do in the spirit. But it's asking you, who is well endowed with what?
With knowledge.
With what?
With knowledge.
Read.
Among you.
Yeah, which one of y'all is wise, man? Well, this is how you gonna know. Read.
Let him show out of a good conversation.
Out of a what?
Good conversation.
Let him show by blocking.
Good conversation.
Ignoring.
Good conversation.
Hey, I ain't got time for that.
Good conversation.
I ain't talking to my wife. She's whack.
Good conversation.
I said let him show out of a good conversation. Meaning what? Now I got to display patience when she gets emotional. Now I got to show long suffering when she gets crazy. When she jumps out the spirit and all the demons hop on her, I can't let them hop on me. So what does that mean? I gotta be a real man. I gotta be a real man of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But guess what? You despise that. You're like, no, I don't need that. No. I'm not gonna spit on the flame and put it out. I'm gonna throw gasoline on the fire. I'm gonna soak myself in gasoline and run through it. I'm gonna be a catalyst for everything bad. That's what you tell yourself. That's what you promote. When you say, you know what, wisdom, I don't need that. I don't need that W word. I don't need that wisdom. I want the wisdom of the world, baby. It says, let him do what?
Show out of a good conversation.
Come on.
His works. With meekness.
Wait, with pride.
With meekness.
With hatred.
With meekness.
With what?
With meekness.
Come on.
Of wisdom.
Wait. So you got to be meek in wisdom. So even if you have it, you got to be meek with it. If a man is taken in a fault, restore him in the spirit of meekness. Some of y'all restore in the spirit of brute beast animalism. And then you wonder why, damn, how come I can't get through to my wife? Well, because you drop the hammer down on her every time. She messes up. She needs the surgical blade. You come with damn Excalibur. You come with man, you come with a sword and pierce her through. Blah! She just needed surgery. Couple of cuts. That's all she needed. She needed the surgical, precise. But you come with a shotgun and just blow her whole face off. And you wonder, how come I can't get through her? She's wicked, Ark. See it? She's wicked, brother. She just ain't listening. Yeah, because you didn't understand balance. You didn't understand having your senses exercised. These little small principles, you didn't understand feeding them with milk and not meat. But because you didn't want to listen, you were like, yeah, I'm going to just shove a steak down a 6-month-old's face. I'm going to hit her with a whole steak dinner. Potatoes and all. But it's like, damn, that's a babe. She needs milk. She needs the principles of the doctrine. You're like, nah, nigga. She's been here 6 months. I'm going to treat her like she's been here for 15 years. I'm going to hold her accountable for every idle word. Like, come on, man. But this is what you do. Y'all acting like it ain't true. It's true. Where we at? Read.
But if you have bitter envy and strife in your heart.
See, a man without wisdom, this is what he has in his heart. If wisdom, knowledge, understanding is not in your heart, the fruits of the Spirit ain't in your heart. Isaiah 11:1. The spirit of wisdom, of equity, of charity. Those things ain't in your heart. But this is, read on.
Glory not and lie not against the truth.
Yeah, it says, wait, read it from verse 14.
Okay. But if you have bitter envy and strife in your heart.
Come on.
Glory not.
Hey, don't act like it's all good. Like, man, how's everything going with your rib? Huh? Oh, it's peachy. We all good, brother. She's glowing in the spirit. I was teaching her. No, you weren't. You was teaching her evil lessons. You were teaching her how to be lustful, how to be prideful, how to be sneaky. You taught her how to lie. You taught her how to be lazy. You taught her how to give up. You taught her how to be faithless, how to not fight. But it's all good. The scriptures say, glory not. Don't act like it's all good because it's not. And then don't lie against the truth like, see, it's the truth. The truth did. The truth made me do it. Nah, bro. Some of y'all are, I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for the truth. Nah, man. No, you were already in this position. We were trying to give you the wisdom to get you out and you still rejected it. So you're going to stay in that position. Read on.
And lie not against the truth.
Read verse 15.
This wisdom descended not from above.
Wait. So this ain't the wisdom that you're rejecting. This ain't the wisdom that descends from above and abodes on a man like a dove. The spirit of meekness, the spirit of charity, the spirit of love, long-suffering, brotherhood, ministering, fighting, being bold as a lion, faith. Not that spirit. No. Well, what spirit? Read on.
But it's earthly.
But it's what?
Earthly.
Yeah, earthly as hell, man. And then you wonder why your wife is wicked and your children are unprofitable. earthly. You still stuck in earth mode. You still stuck in how can I please the white man mode? How can I please my flesh mode? Well, my mama said, well, my daddy said, well, my auntie and them said, you still in that mode. Earth mode. I thought you were supposed to be a god. I thought he is a god. I'm a god, right? I thought we were supposed to be gods. Read.
Sensual.
Woo. In your feelings. Kiki, do you love me? You in your feelings. Some of y'all in y'all feelings right now, I don't give a damn. I do not care. Get over it. Apply some wisdom. Apply the Bible, then you wouldn't be in your feelings. Apply the scriptures. If you don't like chastisement, it means you forsaken the way, bro. Or sis. Some of y'all in y'all feelings right now, sensual as hell, in the chair like, why is he talking about me? Why is he saying that? I'm saying it because you're doing it. And if you don't want me to say it, stop doing it. Read on.
Devilish.
What?
Devilish.
Yeah. This is where that wickedness comes from. That earthly, sensual feelings that you display to your woman, all that carnality is devilish. All that stuff you display to your children is devilish. Read.
For where envy and strife is, there is confusion.
Oh, there is what?
Confusion.
Yeah, that's why your house is chaotic. It's confusion. The Most High is not there. The Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace to all the saints. Why is there confusion in your household? Why does your wife wear the pants? Because the wisdom that you're using is earthly, man. You're not using the scriptures to guide your house and set your house in order, guide your children. So there's confusion in the households. There's confusion on everything. I can't pay my bills. I don't know where the money's gonna come from. I don't know where she's at. She was supposed to be over here, but I don't know where she's at. You confused. Like, how do you not know where the essential pieces of your household are? I guarantee you. Tell me where you left that Xbox controller. I guarantee me that you can tell me the position. Did you turn the controller off or not? What the last show you watched? But you don't know where the essential things of your house are. Your rib's supposed to be over here, but she ain't. I don't know, brother. Well, because the way you communicate is trash. You haven't set the standard of communication in your house. When brothers was like, listen, make sure you communicate with your rib and do it like this and do it like this and do it like this. You were like, yeah, I don't need to do that. I'm bored. I'm bored. I don't want to communicate with her. I don't want to talk to her. And if I do, it's about her cooking, sex, getting me something to drink, hitting the gym, doing something carnal, watching movies, drinking. It ain't never nothing spiritual to build. Read.
And every evil work.
It says what?
And every evil work.
Yeah. Jump back to Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 11. It said there is confusion in every evil work. Read Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 11.
For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable.
Read.
And their hope is vain.
Come on.
Their labors unfruitful.
Their what?
Their labors unfruitful. And
read on.
And their works unprofitable.
For where envy and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work. Now we're seeing why your works are evil and unprofitable. Go to Matthew 13:22. 2 Peter 1 and 8. Oh yeah. We're getting through this.
Matthew chapter 13 and verse 2.
Read.
And great multitudes were gathered together.
13 and verse 22. Matthew 13:22.
13 and 22.
Somebody else have that 2 Peter 1 and 3 ready. Read.
But he that received the seed into the good ground.
Read it again. 13 and verse 22.
Oh, it's a lot. Matthew chapter 13 verse 22.
Come on.
He also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word.
Come on.
And the cares of this world.
Right. You know why the cares of this world choked out the word? He received it among thorns, because now when it was time to communicate the word to your wife, when it was time to communicate and receive the word in yourself, what were you worried about? It says the what?
The cares of this world.
Yeah, you worried about your guns and how much you could bench press, squat. You worried about your my player. You worried about your gamer score. You was worried about your belly. You women, you worry about your emotions. Well, I feel, I think, I wanna. You worried about not being accepted, not being good enough, how many likes you get on Instagram. That's what you worried about. The cares of this world, go ahead.
And the deceitfulness of riches.
Go ahead, because some of y'all, oh, I got money, so I ain't gotta teach my rib. She got dough. I ain't gotta show her nothing. I ain't gotta teach her. She got money, huh? I'm gonna just live off of her. She gonna pay this, pay that. I'm gonna be sitting like a king. But it said the deceitfulness of riches, you got deceived. Because now the Most High is humbling her. Humble down. That money ain't what it was. Remember, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. Forgot that. Read.
Choke the word.
Yeah, because it was all about riches and earthly things. The little bit of word that was going in, it got choked out. It was like, yeah, that ain't gonna grow. Those seeds of righteousness will not grow. Read.
And he becometh unfruitful.
And they become what?
Becometh unfruitful.
2 Peter 1 and 8.
2 Peter chapter 1, verse 8. For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful.
What things? Go ahead.
In the knowledge of our Lord.
In the what?
In the knowledge of our Lord.
In the wisdom of the Most High. Or is it the wisdom of oneself? Read it again.
2 Peter chapter 1, verse 8. For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful.
You shall not be barren or unfruitful. But why are you barren? Why are you dry? Spiritually. Why aren't you bringing forth fruit spiritually? Why don't you care to bring forth fruit? Why don't your wife bring forth fruit? How come she's dry and barren? You know what it means to be barren, right? Like a woman that's barren, she can't have a child?
Come.
Unfruitful. Why though? It said if these things be in you, what things? What things? Go jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. And beside this, give it all diligence.
Give it all what?
Give it all diligence.
Wait, so you gotta have diligence, but the husband ain't teaching diligence because he just gives up at every little blowing of the wind. He just falls down like, I'm weak. I'm done. He ain't diligent. Read.
Add to your faith.
Add to your what?
Add to your faith.
Well, there's not no faith being added to the wife or the children because why? Daddy is like, nigga, faith. I'm gonna do me. I don't want to rely on faith. I want to rely on carnal things. I want to rely on what I know best, which is I'm gonna go out and get it. Ain't no faith. So what do they see? Well, we ain't gonna have faith. We just go out and get it. By any means, I'm gonna get rich or die trying. If I'm gonna sell drugs, if I'm gonna pimp women, if I'm gonna pimp myself, if I'm gonna pawn my whole house away, if I'm gonna sell everything, sell all the kids' toys, I gotta pay my light bill. How about some faith? But see, you won't be barren or unfruitful if these things are in you. But who's teaching these things to their wife? Who's sitting around and letting these things being taught to them? Read on.
Add to your faith virtue.
Add to your faith virtue. Go ahead.
And to virtue knowledge.
And to virtue what?
Knowledge.
The knowing of how things operate, how things are supposed to be. Read.
And to knowledge temperance.
What?
Temperance.
Yeah, some of y'all ain't tempered, bro. Your temper just be you're emotional. But see, if you're not teaching these things, they're not gonna. This is where the unbarren and fruitfulness comes from. When you despise wisdom, you're like, yeah, I don't want to teach these things. I don't want my family to be tempered and faithful. Read.
And to temperance, patience.
Oh my God! Now you know why you just fly off at the handle as soon as your rib looks at you. She trying to ask you, babe, what? It's like, wait a minute. I was just telling you you had a booger on your nose. Well, you fly off and go off on her. Or you just cut her off. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. No patience. The kids come to you, hey dad, first of all, you ain't seen them all damn day. Then they come and try to play and kick it and do kid things, and you like, little nigga, get away. Trying to watch TV. No patience. Trying to do me. Get away. I've been there. You come home from a long day? Man, listen. You're not trying to hear, Daddy, look at this. After you done dealt with a bunch of thousands of spirits all day and the little kids come and try to play airplanes in your ear and karate fight you all night, you're like, bro, stop. But see, you gotta learn patience. Read.
And to patience, godliness.
Ooh, go ahead.
And to godliness, brotherly kindness.
Oh my God, that's why some of y'all are so evil to your brothers. That evil ass eye, that lack of love, that cold shoulder. Why? Because it's not being taught from the husbands down. You rejected it. You didn't show brotherly kindness to your wife. When she had her little problems and it was time for you to be there for her friend, her lover, her confidant, you just want to be her lover. You don't want to be a friend or a confidant. You just want to hit it and roll over. It's your wife. You're supposed to show brotherly kindness to her so she can show it to the next sister, the next brother, this person, that person. But if these things be in you, you will not be fruitless or barren. But now you got to ask yourself, why are some of y'all barren and fruitless? You ain't got brotherly kindness. You ain't got godliness. You definitely ain't got patience. Read on.
And to brotherly kindness, charity.
You definitely ain't got no charity because it's all about you. Me. If it ain't about me, if it ain't about satisfying some lust that I got, if it ain't about doing what I want, if it ain't about me taking a long, extended nap throughout the day, if it's about me waking up early and giving my spirit for the next man, I ain't with it. But if it's about me sleeping in and laying down, I'm down for that. If it's about me eating 4 burritos and 3 steaks, bro, I'm with that. Eating? Hell yeah. If it's about me drinking liquor all day and just being faded, count me in. But if it's about charity, patience, brotherly love, kindness, virtue, I don't want no parts, bro. And I don't want my wife to have any parts of that, and I don't want my children to have parts of that either. I want them to be, how they are. We're just a family. Wisdom of Solomon 13. Wisdom of Solomon 3:11. And then somebody else get Wisdom of Solomon 13:1. Read.
For whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture.
I'm going to keep reading the scripture. Read.
He is miserable.
He is what?
He is miserable.
Read on.
And their hope is vain.
Wisdom of Solomon 13 and verse 1. Read.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 1.
Read.
Surely vain are all men by nature.
Yeah, the natural man is automatically vain. So why do you keep adding vanity on top of vanity? Why not add some spirituality and look for spiritual things? But it says all men are vain by nature. So what does that mean? That the spiritual man ain't supposed to be looking at vanity. Ain't supposed to be having hopes in vain. Ecclesiastes 34 and verse 1. Read on. Ecclesiastes 13 and 1. Read on.
Who are ignorant of the Most High.
Wait, what are they?
Ignorant of the Most High.
Yeah, you see what makes you vain? Being ignorant of the Most High. What else? Read.
It could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is.
Yeah, all the good that's in your life, you don't see that the Most High is working for you. Why? Because you stuck on my house, my car, sex, drinking, lust, more drinking, more lust, getting more cars, women. You stuck on that, but not the goodness that the Most High has wrought in your life. It says, naturally you're vain. And because you're ignorant of the Most High. Why? You despise wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom was Ecclesiastes 34:1.
Question.
Yes, sir.
You said a spiritual man is not supposed to look at the, what you say, the vain?
A spiritual man is not supposed to be dwelling on vain things. It says, surely vain are all men by nature. So when you go into that natural man, it says a natural man, he's sensual. Well, let's go there real quick. Give me that. Who knows where that one is? It's
that's in James 3:13, right?
No, there's another one. Oh no, wait. No.
This one you just sit over?
No, there's another one. Natural man. Watch. 1 Corinthians 2:14. 1 Corinthians 2.
Come on.
Hold on. Yep, 1 Corinthians 2:14, right on the money.
1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14.
Come on.
But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High.
You see that? So the natural man by nature is vain. And he don't consider the Most High. He don't consider, let me apply wisdom. So what's he dwelling on? All the carnalities, all the ways to please the flesh, all the ways to make excuses, all the ways not to fight, all the ways to be faithless. That's what the natural man, that's what the natural woman is, all the ways to go against her husband. All the ways not to fall in to the commandment. All the ways not to follow the Bible. All the ways not to wear a dress. Well, you know, at my job, I can't wear a dress because they'll look at me funny. And because, you know, I climb up a 1 foot, 1 step ladder and I don't want to look at my dress. And you, like, stop, man. The spiritual man is supposed to be finding ways to please the Most High. But a spiritual man is doing what? Seeking wisdom. Seeking nurture. A spiritual man is like, help me. Oh, I got a problem. I need some counsel. What scriptures you got? That's what a spiritual man is doing. The natural man, a man that despises her, he's like, counsel, bro, I ain't telling you my problems. Hell nah. I'm a grown-ass man. I'll fix my own stuff. Right. But you get that natural ass whooping. I know that. You get that natural beat down, and you like, where did this come from? The Most High don't like me, see? Nah, bro, you don't like yourself.
Trying to do things right.
Yeah, I'm trying, right? I'm trying to do the right thing. No, you're not. Because if you were, you would apply what's being told. Ecclesiastes 34:1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 34, verse 1.
Read.
The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false.
You see that? It says a man that despises wisdom and nurture, his hopes are vain. Now it comes back and says a man void of understanding. It says your hopes are vain and they're false. They got no profit. They're unprofitable. You over there hoping to be I'm gonna be a god. That's vanity, man. You're not doing the things to be a god. I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be in the kingdom. No, that's a vain hope. You're not doing the things that promote the kingdom. The kingdom is of faith. You gotta believe that there is a kingdom. How you gonna make it to somewhere that you don't even believe in? You don't believe in doing the works to get there. Think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna make it to the kingdom, and I'm gonna shine and glow. I'm gonna walk the paved streets of gold, and it's gonna be pearls, and the streets 1,000 million feet high. I'm gonna be there. Then why you don't do the works that get you to the kingdom? Why you flutter in that? Why you get faithless in the works that bring you to the kingdom? Don't just say faith without works is dead.
Come on.
So your faith is done, but then you don't want to do the work either. How you gonna make it to something you ain't never seen? It don't make sense. Vain hopes. Read on.
And dreams lift up fools.
Ecclesiastes 23:6. Ecclesiastes 23:6. Psalms 146 and 5.
Ecclesiastes chapter 23, verse 6. Let not the greediness of the belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of him.
Go ahead.
And give not over me thy servant into an imputed mind.
Read.
Hear, O ye children.
Where you at?
Verse 7.
No. Ecclesiastes 23 and verse 4.
God, verse 4. O Lord, Father and power of my life.
Now, if the Most High is the Father of your life, why wouldn't you listen to him? If he's the power of your life, why we ain't listening, man? Well, because y'all don't believe. Read.
Give me not a proud look.
A what?
A proud look.
Come on.
But turn away from thy servants always a haughty mind.
Right?
Turn away from me, vain hopes.
You know what brings them vain hopes? That haughty mind and that prideful ass spirit you got on you. That rebellious ass spirit. That's what brings vain hopes. You puffed up in your own opinion of yourself. You're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to float on clouds. I'm going to do... But guess what? It's all vanity. Because you don't even believe it. It's all vanity. You know how you don't believe it? Because you don't do the works to achieve. You don't set goals. Where there's no vision, the people perish. You don't believe in setting goals for yourself. You don't believe in setting goals for your family. You don't believe in order. You believe in chaos and confusion. So now, you got them vain hopes. Read on.
Turn away from me, vain hopes, and concupiscence. And thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee.
Wait, who's going to be held up?
Him up that is desirous always to serve thee.
A man that despises wisdom and nurture is not desiring to serve the Most High. Now you know why you ain't being held up. Now you know why you keep getting brought into a lower state in your mind. The Most High keep dropping your mind a notch. It's like every week you get weaker and weaker in your mind. It's like, the hell, we got the Bible. We got the wisdom. We got the spirit. We got brotherhood. We got unity. We got sisterhood. We got family. True family. And you like, I don't know. I'm barely hanging on to my very last breath. It's like, what you do? Man, read on. Read on, man.
God, and thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee.
Come on.
Let not the greediness of the belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of me.
This is what happens to a man that doesn't desire wisdom and nurture. The greediness of the belly and the lust of the flesh take you over. That's all you know. Read.
And give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind.
And you know what that does, man? Go back to Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 11. You know what that does when the greediness of the belly and the lust of the flesh take hold of you? Read.
For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain.
Right? It said he's what?
He is miserable.
He's what?
Miserable.
Yeah, the lust of the flesh and the greediness of the belly brings misery. It brings misery, man. You think you good. Think again. Go to Revelations 3:17. Revelations 3:17.
Revelations chapter 3, verse 17. Because thou sayest, I am rich.
Because you said what?
I am rich.
Yeah, I'm good. Right? Read.
And increase with good.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Look, I'm fat. I got it, bro. She got it. Look, we living. Right? Alcohol, food, alcohol, party. Shots. Right? We in there, Rock. I don't gotta study because look, she got money. She ain't gotta study because look, I'm spending her money. Come on, man. That's how y'all think, though. Like, I'm good. Look, I got this. Look at my shoes. I got a new shirt. Oh, yeah, look, bracelet. Oh, yeah, look, new car, all that. Because you rich and increase with riches. Read.
God, and increase with goods. And have need of nothing.
Right.
And knowest not that thou art wretched.
You are what?
Wretched.
Yeah, you didn't realize how wretched you really were. Because now what are you relying on? You rely on the things that moth and rust doeth corrupt. You rely on things that'll be here in a minute. They'll be here right now and it'll be gone right now. 1 minute you driving down this and that. Bah! Next minute, you taking a lift everywhere. 1 minute you got the new shoes, nice and crispy. Next minute, they dirty as hell. You don't care. 1 minute you got the nice shiny new rib. Next minute she's disgruntled and mad. Why? Because you ain't put the things necessary into her. 1 minute you got the kids. Next minute they gone. It happens. I've seen it. Because you're trusting in the wrong thing. So now it says you're what?
and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched.
You're wretched. Read.
And miserable.
And what?
And miserable.
Yeah, man. You're really miserable. You're really miserable. You know why? Because the human flesh always wants more. It's never satisfied. You get one car, what? You gonna have the same car for your whole life? Nah, nigga, I need to upgrade. 4 years later. You get one phone? No, I gotta upgrade. You get one shirt? I gotta have 50 shirts. I need one jean? I got 50 jeans. You got one pair of shoes? No, I need 1,000 pair of shoes. The human flesh is never satisfied. And the misery comes by what? Chasing. Chasing and never being satisfied. What satisfies us? What is supposed to satisfy us is the wisdom. You're supposed to be able to get the wisdom and be content with your estate, with your place, and understand that I can always move forward, but at the Most High's pace. Well, you're miserable. You're chasing the wrong thing. Where you at?
Come, last precept, verse 17. And poor.
And what?
And poor.
Hey, you're really poor, man. You're really living in poverty. Because, again, you have all those riches of the world and be increased with goods, and a week later, they all snatched up. Bank account negative, can't pay this, can't pay that. You have to go sell that to go pay this. That's how it works. Most High will put you in a position to rely on Him. Well, you got to use wisdom. But then some still don't. Wisdom of Solomon 9:14. Wisdom of Solomon 9:14.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9 verse 14.
Read.
For the thoughts of mortal men.
The thoughts of what?
Mortal men.
Yeah, see, these ain't the thoughts of a spiritual man. These ain't the thoughts of a man that's in the spirit. These are the thoughts of a man that's despises wisdom, nurture. I don't want to hear that. I already heard that. I know better. I already know. Yeah, but these are the thoughts of a mortal man. Read.
Are miserable.
They're what?
Miserable.
Come on.
And our devices are but uncertain.
That's where that misery comes from, because you use the devices that are uncertain. You know what that means? That means that you're going through an issue and you might even go to a brother and say, hey, I need some counsel on this. And he says, oh yeah, go to this chapter, read that. Let me break that down. Let me give you the understanding. Let me give you my experience of what I did. And then you go with what you think is right. It ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. You totally disannul all that, and you go off of the worldly wisdom. You go off the uncertainty of the world. You don't go off the fact of the doctrine, the sound doctrine. You go off the uncertain devices. So what do you fix your problems with? I'm gonna just go get high. That'll fix it. Okay, when does the blunt ever fix any problem? And if it did, why you gotta keep smoking? Oh, I'm gonna just get drunk. So you upgraded from beers all the way to drinking fifths nightly. So that ain't fixing the problem. Bad liver, the sweats, the shakes, you can't stand. That ain't fixing it. Brothers is like, nah, bro, don't fix your problems that way. Hit brothers up, call them, counsel, let's rap, let's take your mind off of things. You're like, nah, I'm gonna hit the liquor. I like the way it feels. Nah, I'm gonna hit the blunt. I like the way it feels. Or I'm gonna just go hit random chicks. I like the way that feels. I'm gonna hit the block, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You go to the devices that are yet uncertain, thinking that what? That's gonna fix it. And guess what it does? Misery loves company. You invite 7 more demons to come kick it at the demon party. So it wasn't just lust. Now it's like some filthy lust, coupled with pride, a little bit of envy, covetous, touch of adultery in there. You got all them demons that you floating around with. You only had the lust on you, but you didn't want to listen. So you invited all those uncertain things, cause more misery, more pain, more anguish. Read.
For the corruptible body presses down the soul.
Right.
And the earth.
Right. Listen, you got to be careful what you eat, brother, because it's gonna weigh you down. Now I don't see that. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Well, because when you eat 5 Whataburgers at one time, and then you try to perform throughout your day, it weighs down your body. Your body's trying to digest 4 pounds of meat. 8 hamburger buns. Like, come on. It presses you down. It corrupts your body. The bad food, it corrupts you. That's what we're talking about. No, I don't see that though, brother. Yeah, well, every time you eat some badass food, you get into this weird spirit. You get these demons on you of slothfulness. I don't want to do it. I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't see it. I don't want to see it. Lazy. You get those spirits on you with the bad eating. But when you eat good, I noticed that, man, when you eat good, you bouncing around, you're good, your mind is clear. So there has to be a connection there, right? No, I don't see that. I'm going to just keep eating bad, bro. But the Bible says what? Read.
For the corruptible body, press it down.
Corrupt your body. What does it do?
Press it down. The soul.
Yeah, it presses down your spirit. When you corrupt your body, imagine think about a cat that plays sports and he injures himself. Is it just his leg that's injured? Or do he got an injured spirit? He's sitting there like, damn, I can't play. Oh my God. I remember when I hurt my knee the other day, I was like, oh my God. It broke my spirit, man. I'm like, damn, I can't be out there like Mike no more. Lost my Jordanness, right? I'm playing. But it hurt my spirit, man, to not be able to perform athletically how I was used to. My body is corrupted. But when you purposely corrupt yourself, and brothers is like, nah, we gonna do this, we gonna make sure you don't eat this, and then you're like, nah, bro, I'm getting a double meat and a patty melt. Screw that. Wash it down with a shake, peanut butter, right? I'm gonna hit it with all the fixings. It's like, but bro, that's what corrupts you. That's what messes up your spirit, huh? No, I'm good. I'm gonna do me. I don't see it. But the Bible tells us what? Read.
And the earthly tabernacle weighed down the mind.
Yeah, you know, it's like, hey, you shouldn't drink every night because, for one, you don't want to show that lesson to your rib. 2, you want to be able to function for the next day. You young, you know, we know that you're a superhero, but all the drinking early, that ain't good for you, man. You know, you got to take a break. Oh, no, I'll just drink some water. I'll just sleep it off. I got it. It's like those words with those noises come out. That's what I hear. When brothers talk. I'm like, you ain't talking with no wisdom, man. Read.
And the earthly tabernacle weighed down the mind that mused upon many things.
It weighs down your little puny mind that is already split on sex, food, this, faith, long suffering. Your mind is already broken up and musing on all these different things. So not only are you feeding your body and pressing that down, now your mind got to battle all the different feelings that is coming. It's musing on everything. Except for what? The Bible. Except for what? Wisdom. Read.
And hardly do we guess aright.
Then you don't even guess aright when you try to solve your problems. Because you're not guessing with the wisdom. Read on.
At things that are upon earth.
Yeah, you can't even guess aright at the problems in front of you. You can't even make the right decisions on the things in front of you. Read.
And with labor do we find the things that are before us.
You see that? You got to labor to find the things that are before you. You got to be at work. You got to get whooped. Oh, now I see it. It's like, damn, it took that long. Most I had to check you and bring you through all that for the light bulb to go off. Bing. Well, because you're not using wisdom. You despised it. Read.
But the things that are in heaven, who has searched out, and thy counsel, who had known.
And thy what?
And thy counsel, who had known.
Not a person that despises wisdom and nurture. You ain't going to know the things of heaven or the counsel. He don't care. Read on.
Except thou give wisdom.
Except thou what?
Give wisdom.
Wait, what do you need?
Wisdom.
But you don't want that. Remember? You don't like wisdom. It hurts. Remember? You don't want to be told. Remember? I don't like the way you said that. Remember? I don't like the way that came, huh? We ain't even, brothers ain't even getting taught too harsh. It's like, go to the Bible and just read. Break it down, tell me what you mean. Tell me what it means to you. And it's like, no, I don't want that. It said, except what?
Except thou give wisdom. And send thy Holy Spirit from above.
And do what?
Send thy Holy Spirit from above.
Come on.
For so the ways of them were reformed.
This is how you get reformed out of that bad nurture that you got from your family. This is how you reform yourself. It gotta be wisdom. Read.
And men were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee.
And see, and that's what it's about. We gotta be taught what's pleasing unto the Most High, not what pleases you or your flesh or what you want or what I want. It ain't about me. Like, yeah, Prophet S.O.W made me do that. Nah, bro. We gotta do what's pleasing to the Most High. Read on.
And were saved through wisdom.
They were what?
Saved through wisdom.
Man, if that ain't one of the coldest scriptures, it says you're saved through wisdom. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 11.
God. For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable.
Come on.
And their hope is barren.
Right.
Their labors unfruitful.
Read.
And their works unprofitable.
Come on.
Their wives are foolish.
Read.
And their children wicked.
Come on.
Their offspring is cursed.
Man. Offspring cursed. Read on.
Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled.
So it says that in Wisdom of Solomon, in Wisdom of Solomon 9 and verse 18, for the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed, and men were taught the things that were pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom. Because what does wisdom do? Go to Proverbs 24:3. I'm going to show you something about wisdom. Man, that Wisdom of Solomon is nasty.
Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 3.
Come on.
Through wisdom is an house built.
It says through what?
Wisdom.
Through pride.
Wisdom.
Hate.
Wisdom.
Envy.
Wisdom.
Wisdom of the world?
Wisdom of this Bible.
Well, what I thought.
Wisdom.
What my mama said.
Wisdom.
Come on.
Is an house built.
Right? So how is your house being built? Rhetorical question. Read on.
And by understanding is it established.
Uh-huh.
And by the knowledge. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious, pleasant riches.
Read.
A wise man is strong.
A what?
A wise man is strong.
It says a wise man is strong. Read.
Yet a man of knowledge increases strength.
How does he increase his strength? Well, he gets wisdom that he teaches his sons and his daughters. That's how you increase. Proverbs 9 and 1. Proverbs 9 and verse 1. What's that? Oh, you got paper? Proverbs 9 and 1. Wow.
Proverbs chapter 9 verse 1.
Come on, read.
Wisdom has built her house.
Wisdom did what?
Wisdom has built her house.
See, wisdom builds the house. Now, what wisdom? The wisdom of the world? Because Moses said that's foolishness. He said the wisdom of the world is not wisdom. What wisdom? You remember the Capital One commercials? Like, what's in your wallet? Right? So, what's in your brain? What wisdom are you using? Because it says wisdom buildeth her house. Is your house being established the right way? Are your wives wicked? Children wicked? Are you wicked? Or is wisdom establishing the house? Read.
She had hewn out her 7 pillars.
Go ahead.
She had killed her beasts.
You see this? Go ahead, read on.
She had mingled her wine.
Uh-huh.
She had also furnished her table.
Yeah, with wisdom, man, that house is going to be built. You going to have food, drink in abundance. The house is going to be perfectly built. Them 7 pillars. Read on.
She had set forth her maidens. She cried upon the highest places of the city.
Right.
Whoso is simple.
Whoso what?
Whoso is simple.
Whoso is what?
Whoso is simple.
Come on.
Let him turn in hither.
Yeah, if you simple-minded, if you a simple child, you better turn hither. You better build your house the right way. Read.
As for him that wanted understanding, she said unto him.
Wait, what did she say to him?
Come.
Do what?
Come.
No. Nah. Stay away.
Come.
See, if you want wisdom, my son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. Wisdom is going to say, come. And say what? Read.
Eat of my bread.
Right?
And drink of my wine.
Yeah, you ain't never going to hunger. You ain't never going to thirst. This is the wine you're supposed to be given into. This is the bread you're supposed to lust after. Y'all lusting after Whataburger and damn Carlos Rossi. Come on, man.
It's like the song with Tupac.
I gotta turn it up. You lusting after Alizé and Thug Passion.
Check Mike.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nah, never. Tupac said, "Listen, I don't want it if it's that easy, right?"
What did him say?
I don't want it if it's that easy,
right?
See, but the liquor, the food, it's easy. It's easy to obtain. It's easy to have. You ain't got to put no work into it, really. Like you said, call Uber, Uber Grub. What is it? Grub Eats.
Uber Eats.
Yeah,
Uber
Eats,
deliver.
But when it talks
Postmates, they'll just deliver everything to your house.
They'll
start delivering women. Niggas won't even leave their house no more.
It's easy. Cats don't want to work, man. They want to put work into this wisdom.
Man, it's sad. Read on. So read on.
Which I have mingled.
I gotta stop. Read.
Verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Forsake the foolish.
Do what?
Forsake the foolish.
Yeah, the Bible says to forsake the foolish thoughts, the foolish ways. Forsake the foolish and grab on to the wisdom, man. Come to the wisdom, the nurture. Read.
And live.
And do what?
And live.
Come on.
And go in the way of understanding.
Proverbs 14 and 1. Proverbs 14 and verse 1.
Proverbs 14 verse 1.
Ooh.
Every wise woman buildeth her house.
Every what?
Every wise woman buildeth her house.
It says every wise woman buildeth her house. So if you despise wisdom and nurture, that means you ain't building a damn thing. You're building an anthill. You building a mud hut. There ain't no house you building over there. You despising the wisdom, despising the nurture, despising the discourse of the wise. You ain't building nothing really. You playing house. You playing wife. We can't play husband, man. We gotta be men of Israel. We gotta be men of the Bible, men of wisdom, women and children of wisdom, children of the light. Read on.
But the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
Mm-hmm.
He that walketh in his uprightness feareth the Lord.
Right, read.
But he that is perverse.
He that is what?
That is perverse. In his ways.
Read.
Despises him.
Yeah, you perverse in your ways. Like, yeah, I don't need that. You despise the Most High. Read on.
In the mouth of the foolish is the rod of pride.
Come on.
But the lips of the wise shall preserve them.
That pride, man, that haughty spirit brings you that those vain hopes. So we got to ask ourselves, man, where has that rebellious spirit gotten us? Where is that rebellious spirit of I don't want to be told, I don't want to hear? Where has that gotten us as a people? Well, let's look at it generally. Slavery, castration, rape, robbery, murder, our communities burned down, shot in the streets, you being called nigga, negro, spick, spook, Colombian, Mexican, Jamaican, Negro American, Afro-American, colored. That's where it got you. That's where that rebellion got you. It got you betrothing a woman and another man will lie with her. It got you hating your brother. It got you women hating women. Evil eye, right? That's where this rebellion has got us. That's the general picture. That's the general picture. Let's dumb it down a little bit. Let's look at the microcosm. Where has it gotten you? You. Where has it gotten you? Truthfully, show me the fruits of rebellion. I want to see it.
Listen, I finished that PS4 game.
I want to see. I want to see the fruit. Oh, your mind player got to 99. Okay, con.
Pokemon Go on. Listen.
I want to see the fruits of rebellion. Somebody please show me. What scripture do I want?
Romans 6:21.
Go to it. It just hit me. Go to it. Max is in there with me. Woo! Go to Romans. Read this.
Romans chapter 6 verse 21. What fruit had ye then in those things whereof ye are now ashamed?
Yeah, because you know what's funny? A lot of y'all are hanging y'all heads. You ashamed of all the women you ran through and whored out? You ashamed of all the drugs you sold, all the women you beat, all the kids you have that you can't take care of? You're ashamed of these things. You're ashamed of your faithlessness. You're ashamed of your pride. You're ashamed, you women, you should be ashamed of that haughty ass spirit. That lack of communication. Where you at?
No, I got that. Well, you said...
Are you writing me down word for word like a stenographer?
No,
but
I just like to hang on to some of these...
You're good, what's up?
What you say? But you said the fruit of the... What was it? The fruit of the pride? No, the fruit of the wicked.
I said, where is the fruit?
Where is the fruit?
Yeah, where is the fruit of rebelliousness?
Of rebellion.
Where is it? Where's it gotten you? I want to see the tree. Where is it at? Somebody show me. How does it taste? What fruit is it? A mango? Well, come on. Is it a coconut? What? It's a cluster of grapes. What is it?
Sour pear.
It's a what?
Sour pear.
It's a sour pear, right? Unedible. It's unedible fruit. It's unprofitable, but it's going to tell us. Read it again.
What fruit have ye did in those things whereof ye are now ashamed?
Yeah, because again, you're ashamed of all these things, man. Some of y'all should be ashamed that you despise wisdom, nurture, that you turn the shoulder. But where is the fruit in these things that you're ashamed? Read.
For the end of those things is death.
That's what?
Is death.
Yeah, because some of y'all are on a deathbed. You don't even see the collision course coming. Some of y'all are, bro, man, some of us are on a collision course with the Most High that is going to be detrimental. Go to Proverbs 15:32. Oh, you that guy? Seen that too. Proverbs 15:32.
Yeah, Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 32, man, because it's, you know, we have to acknowledge and understand what we're doing to ourselves. And are we really knowingly, are you aware of what rejecting wisdom and knowledge is doing to you? Read where you at.
Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 32.
And y'all really gotta sink this verse into your mind, man. Read that.
He that refuseth instruction.
Read that again.
He that refuseth instruction.
You that refuse instruction. And instruction, again, when you deal with the word reproof, it means correct from your errors. We're not trying to demasculate you or make you seem like you're not smart or, you know, you're not that virtuous woman. No. We're trying to give you instruction to the perfection of the man or that woman, right? That's what the scriptures are for. Read.
Despiseth.
He does what?
Despiseth.
Read.
His own soul.
What is the definition of despise? To loathe, to hate, to have a low opinion. Wow. So you got a low opinion of your own self, really. Listen, the Most High said, I know the thoughts that I have for you, towards you, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. The Most High is looking for peace for you. And you're like, I don't want peace for myself.
Right.
You despise yourself, man. Go to Zechariah 7 and verse 11. Go to Zechariah 7. Yeah, I got you. Zechariah 7 and verse 11. This is where this rebellious spirit is going to get you. Zechariah 7 and verse 11.
Zechariah chapter 7 verse 11.
Read.
But they refused to hearken.
But they what?
Refused to hearken.
Come on.
And pulled away the shoulder.
And that's what brothers and sisters do, man. It's like, don't tell me that. You like that little kid, like, come here, little Billy. No, I don't want to do it. Little children, man. Read.
And stop their ears.
Na, 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 I'm not gonna hear you. That's what y'all look like. Like this. Read.
That they should not hear.
Come on.
Yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone.
Read.
Lest they should not hear the law, and the words which the Lord of hosts hath sent in his spirit by the former prophets.
Come on.
Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts.
Therefore what?
Came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts.
Go to Proverbs 1 and 30. Yeah, let's pay this. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 30. So
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 30.
Hurry up, go.
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 30. They would none of my counsel.
They would what?
None of my counsel.
Read.
They despised all my reproof.
Come on.
Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way.
Yeah, you're going to eat the fruit of your own way. You're going to live after your own devices. What a man reap, what a man sow, he reaps. The Most High is not mocked, man. You're going to reap what you sow. So if you sow to the flesh, what you going to reap?
To the flesh.
You sow to the spirit, what you going to reap?
To the spirit.
You sow sparingly, what's going to happen?
You reap sparingly.
You sow bountifully, what's going to happen?
You reap bountifully.
Read on.
And be filled with their own devices.
You see that? But guess what those devices are? Uncertain. Read.
Verse 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them.
Go ahead.
And the prosperity of fools.
We went through this the other day, man. The last class. The turning away of the simple is going to slay you. You're looking at everybody else. You're looking at the prosperity of fools. Instead of what? How do I stay diligent in my faith? How do I attain wisdom? How do I build my family? Build my children? Build my wife? Build myself? Build my nation? But you're looking at fools out in the street talking about what? Money, hoes, and clothes. My car, my rims, getting spinners, my tax money, my this. I'm about to go buy all the sneakers from the mall. How many pairs you want? All of them. And they go, all of them? And they really do it too. Like, go to the mall and be having the whole family got 8 bags each of shoes.
Felines.
It don't matter what it is. The point is, man, that's not what life is about. Ain't about damn shoes. No, read on.
Good. And the prosperity of fools shall destroy them.
Come on.
But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely.
Now, ask yourself, are you safe in your own skin? Read.
And shall be quitted from fear of evil.
And shall be quiet from fear of evil. Read Proverbs 5 and verse 7.
Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 7. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth.
Actually, jump down to Proverbs 13 and verse 13.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed.
You shall be what?
Destroyed.
It's plain and simple, man. You despise the word, you're going to be destroyed. Do we got to go into the destruction? Well, we're going to. Read on.
But he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
You see that? This is where the reward comes from. The fear of the commandments, listening, hearkening, taking the counsel, taking the advice. We're not the footsteps of the elders. Not running, not feeding into your faithlessness, your flesh, your lust, your pride, your hate, your envy. Read.
Verse 14. The law of the wise is a fountain of life. To depart from the snares of death.
Come on.
Good understanding giveth favor.
Ooh, you say that? It says good understanding giveth favor. But when you lack wisdom and nurture, you don't have the understanding. So there is no favor. You just get this. Watch, read.
But the way of transgressors is hard.
And you get hardships.
Yep. That's why you're looking sick.
Oh yeah. Miserable.
Dried out.
Miserable. It's barren.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like, brother, what's going on with you? These brother, they hold on to their last breath of life.
You look defeated.
Oh no, it's worse than that. You look like you about to die with one more breath.
Damn.
You take one more.
And the thing about it is self-inflicted.
Oh yeah, it's all self-inflicted. He that despises wisdom and nurture despiseth not God, but himself. So yeah, it's all self-inflicted wounds. How can it not be? Brothers is like, listen, I'll stay strong. This is how you gonna do it. Sister, stay strong. This is how you gonna do it. You like, nah, not me, brother. I'm exempt from the word. Somehow, some way, the word can just never pierce my spirit enough for me to be convicted. Read on.
Every prudent man deals with knowledge.
Right?
But a fool layeth open his folly.
That's why y'all make so many mistakes. That's why you make you basically lay open your folly like a book. Like, oh, here it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna be doing dumb stuff. Here it is. It says every prudent man deals with knowledge, wisdom, nurture. Isaiah 47 and verse 8. Isaiah 47 and verse 8.
Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 8.
Read.
Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures.
You see this? I want y'all to pay close attention to this. You that are given over to pleasures. Isaiah 47 and 8. Read it again.
God, Isaiah 47 and 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures.
And I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm not saying you can never have pleasures. You can never play your video game. You can never have a drink. You can never be with your wife. You can never drive in a car. I'm not saying that. The word is not saying that. But what it is saying is that when you're given over to these things, when this is all you think about, and when a brother comes to you and says, no, well, let's deal with the Bible, and you're like, no, I got pleasures on my mind. I got pleasures in my spirit. This is what I want. This is what's going to happen. Read.
That dwelleth carelessly.
You do what?
Dwelleth carelessly.
Yeah, because it says a prudent man dealing with knowledge. So if you're not dealing with knowledge, you're dealing careless. I don't care how much common sense you think you got. Again, common sense ain't common.
Ooh.
That's why brothers open up their folly like a book. Read on.
That sayest in thine heart, I am.
I am what?
I am.
Come on.
And none else beside me.
Read.
I shall not sit as a widow. Neither shall I know the loss of children.
Yeah, you women talking about I'm the HBIC. I ain't gonna be no widow. Look at me. I got my nails did. I got a bundle. I got my food stamp card all the way up. I'm good. That's what the Most High is going to do. Read.
Verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment.
Wait, it's going to take forever.
In a moment.
You're going to be smashed very quick. Come on.
In one day. The loss of children.
Right.
And widowhood.
Come on.
They shall come upon thee in their perfection.
Yeah, it's going to be so perfect, you're going to know. It should just be a stamp on your forehead that says, the Most High did it. That's how perfect it's going to be. Well, you going to know. Ain't nobody called no child protective services and your neighbor was hating on you. You ain't going to be able to say that like, oh, my neighbor just don't like me, so they called child protective services and blah, and they took my kid. Nah. It's the Most High's perfection because you despise His word. He's going to take your children. He's going to make you a widow. All these bad things are going to happen. Read on.
Son, for the multitude of thy sorceries.
Because what?
The multitude of thy sorceries.
What verse you at?
Verse 9.
Read.
And for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Come on.
For thou hast truly in thy wickedness.
Read it again.
For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
What did you do?
Trusted in thy wickedness.
Yeah, because you didn't trust in wisdom and nurture from the Lord, from the Most High. You trusted in your wickedness truly and wholeheartedly. Come on.
No one seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted
Wait, what does your wisdom and knowledge do?
Perverted thee.
Read. So that spirit of faithlessness and I can't fight, that's perverting you. That spirit of pride, I got it. I don't want nobody to. You're perverted, man. It's destroying your spirit. It's diminishing you. That haughty spirit, nobody can tell me nothing. I can't be corrected. Blah blah blah. Perverted, man. But that's what you were nurtured in the world. So your parents perverted you from the jump. Nobody better not shake their head and be like, yeah, see, that's why where I am, Ak. Nah, change. It perverted you. Come on.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee.
Read.
Thou shalt not know from whence it rises.
Yeah, man. When the Most High is ready to unleash that natural can of whoop, when He's ready to open that up, man, you ain't gonna know where it's gonna come from. You gonna think, oh, I got my bases covered. You looking forward, back, side, and the Most High come from that top and drop it on you. You're gonna be like, damn, whoa, whoa. You ain't gonna know. You ain't gonna be able to prepare for it. Read on.
And mischief shall fall upon thee.
And what?
Mischief.
Yeah, nothing but mischiefs. Come on.
Shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt be able, thou shalt not be able to put it off.
You see that? You ain't gonna be able to put off what the Most High got in store, man. You ain't gonna be able to put off this whooping because you don't want to put off the old man and put on the new man. That's why. So He's like, well, you don't want to do one thing, I'm gonna make you do the other. And you ain't gonna be able to resist this. Come on.
And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly.
You see this? You're going to be desolate. Read on.
Which thou shalt not know.
Isaiah 30 and 12. And Isaiah 5:21. And then that's it.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel.
Come on.
Because ye despise this word.
Because you what?
Despise this word.
Come on.
And trust in oppression.
And that's what you end up trusting in. You trust in the uncertain devices that oppress you. The drugs oppress you. The liquor oppresses you. Your damn woman is oppressing you. Your children rule over you. You trusting in these things that are oppressing you. How about getting liberated, man? I just want to feel liberated. Right? Be liberated. Get into the spirit. Let the word free you. Read on.
And perverseness.
Woo! Come on.
And stay thereon.
You just dwell on it. You dwell on your perverseness. And you sit on it like, I'm going to stand on my square, dog. I'm going to stand on my square of pride, of perverseness, of stubbornness, of rebellion. The Most High, only the Most High can knock you off. Isaiah 5:21.
Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 21.
Read.
Woe to them that are wise in their own eyes.
Yeah, it's destruction to you, man. Destruction to those that are wise in their own eyes, that despise wisdom because your opinion is greater. Read on.
And prudent in their own sight.
Come on.
Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine.
Come on.
And men of strength to mingle strong drink.
Read.
Which justify the wicked for reward. And take away the righteousness of the righteous from him.
Verse 24.
Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble, and the flame consumeth the chaff, so their root shall be as rottenness.
Yeah, and your roots are rotten. You can't take root. So you're getting tossed around, getting beat up. Go ahead.
And their blossom shall go up as dust.
Read.
Because they have cast away the law of the Lord of hosts, and despised the word of the Holy One of Yasharallah. Therefore,
one more. Second Ezra's. Second Ezra's.
14:14.
Second Ezra's. I like that. But Second Ezra's 8:55.
Done.
And then I like that. We're gonna go to Second Ezra's 14 and 14. That's a good call.
Second Ezra chapter 8 and verse 55.
Read.
And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish.
Yeah, you know that multitude that's going to perish is the ones that they loathe the law of the Most High. They were like, yeah, we don't need that. They loathe the correction. They loathe the chastisement. They're like, yeah, we don't want to be chastised, bro. We don't want to be talked to, brother. We just want to be here, hear a good sermon. But I don't want to be corrected, told nothing. I don't want to be guided. None of that. I don't want to be told to fight. I don't want to be told to long suffer. I don't want to be told about charity. I don't want that. That's the multitude that's going to perish. Read on.
56. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High.
And that's what some brothers and sisters do. You get into your liberties, and then you like, man, the Most High who? I got my drink and my two-step. Come on.
Thought scorn of his law.
Right.
And forsook his way.
Come on.
Moreover, they have trodden down his righteousness.
Trying to do what? Establish your own righteousness. Go ahead.
And said in their heart that there is no God.
And that's really what you say. When you despise the Most High, you say, man, there is no God. I am a God in the wrong way. Read on.
Yea, and that, knowing they must die.
Wait. What's going to happen?
Knowing they must die.
Read verse 59.
59. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them.
Come on.
And for it was not his will that men should come to naught, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them.
You see that? Why? Read on.
And were unthankful unto him that prepared life for them.
Let's end it with 2 Ezra 14:14. Let's end it right there.
Second Ezra chapter 14 verse 14.
Go ahead.
Let go from thee mortal thoughts.
Do what?
Let go from thee mortal thoughts.
Put on the wisdom, brothers and sisters. Read on.
Cast away the burdens of man.
Cast away the burdens of man. Cast away all those burdens that weigh you down, that trip you up, that destroy you, that set you back. All the thoughts, those mortal thoughts. Watch, read on.
Put off now the weak nature.
Yeah, man. Man up. Man up for real, for real. A man is commended according to his wisdom. Not according to anything else. Not according to his pride or his opinion or what he thinks he knows. A woman ain't commended because her weave is long or her nails are sharp. And because they're beautiful colors. Nobody gives a damn about that. A man is commended according to his wisdom. Put off now the what?
The weak nature.
Come on.
And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee.
Read.
And haste thee to flee these times. From these times.
That's it. Any questions?
Lie. Lie.
Any questions online on the topic? No? Just a lot of comments? There's a question? Oh, there's a lot of comments. Con. You can read recipes all day. You can read recipes all day, but that don't put food on the table. You got to actually do the steps in the recipe to cook the food if you want to eat. God, man, you got to do it. Wow, I'm pointing out that I've recently been trying to get lots of food. Con, okay, listen, we thank y'all for joining us for another class. I know it was a lengthy one. I took y'all over a little bit, but that had to come out. We definitely thank y'all for being with us, being patient, listening, learning. Again, the Passover is on the 21st of April. Make sure you RSVP. PRM on the 18th and 19th of March here at the school and at Kazaki's house and at the school. So if you're local, you want to join, hit us up. If there's nothing online, we're going to say Shalom, and we'll see y'all Friday.
Shalom!
Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ. In Hebrew, it's Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The immaculate conception is deception. Along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the son of God. To you was kind of odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be